Hello everyone, welcome to South Asia Wildcard Pro League Season 1. So we got an interesting set of matches to come. So this is the most awaited Pro League, which will help a lot of teams in the upcoming PMC or Fall Split. So I think we know a lot of teams from Maldives and Sri Lanka as well. But there are some interesting underdog teams who played in the qualifiers and was able to come to this stage. So with me, I have two interesting people. Definitely known face in Sri Lanka is Azman Dhaka Khan. So Dhaka, what do you think? How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling very excited to look forward to the matches, obviously, because this is my first chance at casting an international level event, obviously. So I'm very excited.
Yep, with that we have Lana, who is known to look pretty but has a lot to say. So Lana,
Wow. I love
so
the introduction.
yep. So let's quickly get into the match. I think the match has already started. The first match, the Erangel match. So I think me and Dhaka will be going into the first match, and Lana will be at the analysis desk. So stay tuned, guys. We'll be right getting into the match right now. Now we can see the 16 teams right now on your screen as the flight path is going. We can see 16 teams. That's Group A versus B. So, Dhaka, from these teams, who do you know for a fact that they are pretty good?
Pretty much my experience is mostly with the local scene, so I know almost all the Sri Lankan teams here. But obviously, at this level, I think it will come down to how much experience you have and your rotations, and obviously the decisions you make during that crunch time is what's going to really pay off during the games. And you can't really at this level. I mean, you can't really just like point to one team and really make them stand out, because anything can happen, and that's what it is to play a battle royale game, in my opinion.
And with that, we can quickly go through the teams that will be playing in this first day. That's going to be the day one. So we have Hitmad from Sri Lanka, E2S TM7 from Maldives. We have Erbu from Sri Lanka, and then we have KINGxRANGERS from Sri Lanka, LND Esports from Sri Lanka, TTS from Maldives, a MaFiA gang from Sri Lanka, MacPen from Bhutan. So that's going to be really interesting to see the first. I mean, they were the team that was able to qualify into the international stage last season. So we'll see how well have they prepared in to perform in such a major event. I think they fell short in a few points into qualifying into the next international phase. So let's see how it goes for them. With that, we have Equinox, another Maldives team, and then NRC Esports, one of the most iconic teams in Sri Lanka right now, who's been dominating so many tournaments as we know. Then we have OPMF Esports from Maldives, RGC AKATSUKI from Maldives, RGC Deno from Maldives, SDZ TRQ from Maldives, and then Zeus and Xtreme Club from Sri Lanka. So Dhaka, as we have the first zone, and we have a first knock also coming through.
Yeah, quite early actually in the game. Very interesting to see what happened there. Maybe a little bit of unfortunate circumstances, most probably. But anyway, with that, I wasn't actually expecting to see a lot of early game fights, but I think we might actually be seeing quite a bit of early game action. As we can see, a lot of teams have tried to drop quite early. They've already secured multiple vehicles, as you can see, teams moving all the way up to George Pool. But right now, we're taking a look at Spark here, and looks like he's in a bit of a tough spot with the rest of his team. Landed in no man's land, and now just looking for most probably some sort of a transportation, and then they'll be like making their way on to start looting up. So team number 24 already, as you can see, it's going to be the Zeus team, I believe, and they are already looting up in this. Actually, it's quite interesting to see how most of the team always prefer to go to these remote areas and then loot up and then start making their rotations based on the zone, obviously. And it's going to be very important to get a really key location at the start itself, making sure that you get a good location in the zones as it closes. But for right now, I think we're going to be seeing very slow paced gameplay. But I think overall, when it comes to the end, we are going to see a lot of exciting engagements for sure.
Yep, definitely. And I think the first knock and the first kill that we were able to see but not witness was, I think, from Team Zeus. I think it was Doom. Oh, as we say, we got a knock coming in from Deno versus MacPen, the Bhutan team. I think Dhaka, this is going to be interesting for you, so you can go ahead.
Yeah, definitely. So team number 22 already getting one knock here on team number 17, as you can see. So they're looking for an opportunity to kind of just push in, but right now the team is a little bit spread out, and obviously you don't want to be running out in the open where there is no cover. So right now, Demon has the best positioning to kind of pressure this team. They're already going for the revive, as you can see. The flash not really connecting there. He doesn't have too much to work with. Looks like he has a pistol and a Uzi. So let's see whether he's able to use it to his advantage. The rest of the team trying to converge on that location to pressure out team number 17, get all that loot, and then maybe hopefully start rotating around. So right now they're just getting all the angles that they can possibly get. Team number 17 is also spread out. So obviously we'll be seeing a lot of split teams just to get cover more areas, get different angles and rotate. But with that, we see MacPen. I think this is one of those teams that you had your eye on, Miracle. So right now they did get one player knocked, but he's already up and he's running to getting ready to take the engagement here against team number 22. But with that, I think team number 22 is also slowly just trying to get as many angles as they can on team number 17. So we'll be seeing a very, very slow engagement. And with that, TM7 already looking to pressure Team Zeus here. So we do see one player of theirs has already been taken out. He's probably that first kill that we saw. But on the other side, even TM7, their team has also secured one kill. So team number 24 right now, I don't think they have an idea that Haite is here. But with that, they'll be just running around looking for as much loot as we can. We can see actually the death box right there. So with that, we can see Godzilla right there out in the open. And with that, we do see Orpheus here on the high ground looking to maybe pressure here. Does have sight on the vehicle. He can take a little bit of a chance here, but I don't think he's going to go for it and alert this team to their positioning. If they can get one knock here, maybe then Heights can actually pressure them. But we can see the rest of the team or the other player from the side of team number 7. I believe it is going to be Eddie trying to meet up with Heights. So this first knock is going to be very, very crucial for them to try and close it out. But as you can see already, Godzilla as well as Caspi already have left that POI, and I think they've left Zeus behind, and we might be seeing him getting taken out here quite soon, maybe, if team number 11 has an idea. But with that, looks like team number 22 has already gone in for the rush. They are losing 2 players, and with that, we are looking at the rest of the team. It's going to be Deno, Ghosty, as well as Lee, the only 2 remaining. So looks like things didn't work out for them in that engagement there, and team number 17 showing their prowess there in that close range combat. So just having a little bit of a better positioning in that house, the high ground, and not having nades, obvious views to their advantage, making a little bit difficult. They went for the risk, but not really working out in their favor. But they still have 2 players remaining, as you can see. And as we mentioned that the TN7 team does take out Zeus as predicted. But with that, team number 22 now in a decent amount of trouble. We do see team number 12 rotating onto the high ground. Not sure whether team number 17 is going to be able to hear the rotation. So they're going to be securing the high ground here on Rozok. And sometimes we might be seeing team number 17 falling or losing a few casualties from the high ground. So we'll have to wait and see to see whether the action actually unfolds. So it's going to be the Herbif team taking the high ground right here. So they do have a really good position here to pressure team number 17. I think the call has come out for them to kind of play a little bit safe, that team number 17 has taken, team number 12 is on the high ground. They did move in a vehicle, so the sound should be heard, especially at this level. They'll be paying a lot of attention to that audio. But right now, teams playing it very slow, but so far, team number 17 managing to hold their own, Adil.
With that, I think just as we saw, I think TM7 used it beautifully to get that kill secured, knowing that in that vehicle only 2 of them can move away. They knew that player was all by himself, so it was an easy 1v3 to take down the player of Wrath. But as we can see over here, we got team Equinox. It's going to be team number 18. This is an underdog team for sure, who has been performing in numerous tournaments, and I think they'll be a team to watch out. Let's see how well they can perform. So we got Sin, Nabi, Takuru, and Maun over here trying to have a good spot inside the zone. So Taka, in terms of the zone, how do you think the center works in such a competitive map?
I think the initial few zones are very easy to predict. Only once you get to that 4th, 5th zone, only it becomes a little bit RNG based, to be exact. Because when you analyze the initial few zones, they close in the same particular manner. So if they close towards the left side, they'll keep closing towards the left side. If they close it towards the right side, they'll keep closing towards the right side. So the initial few circles are actually quite easy to predict if you have played the game quite a bit. So, but the last few zones only has like a very random pattern. Sometimes luck does does play a part, but to be honest, luck is also part of skill. So it's going to be very important, and that's why you can see a lot of these teams even trying to prepare for any sort of circle, and that's the main reason that you'll be seeing them using a lot of these vehicles for cover, just to be able to take out the tires and then use for cover later on if they're getting stuck in the open area. As you can see, the Zeus team already quite in a lot of trouble. They see them losing one player, and already team number 21 going in for the kill. They want these easy points right here. So Intensity using the cover once again, doesn't see Godzilla here, but he finally manages to easily take him out there with some nice movement, and in the end he does secure that kill. So that's going to be another easy point going the way of AKT, and with that I believe the Zeus team only has Cast B remaining, and I think that team is right now in a little bit of a very difficult position, a little bit in shambles actually, maybe not going into this first game with a proper plan. Maybe they will have a much better strategy going into the next few maps. But right now, I feel like these teams, they are taking all the advantage that they can possibly take, and you can see that they're not giving other teams any room at all to breathe. It's very clean, very precise movements, and actually, it's great to see this level of PUBG Mobile after a very, very long time.
With that, I think only team MacPen right now is having a lot of trouble with team Deno. I mean, this is the part where they fight and try to conquer the drop location. I think we have seen in so many scrims, especially where our teams try to go, and the team that conquers these drop locations is who is going to finally, eventually, at the main stage, they're going to have it all to themselves. So as I could recall, the last PMCO, it was MacPen who initially took away Deno's drop location. So that was Rozok. So right now they are coming in to compete again and show that we have practiced hard, we have fought hard, so we are not going to give it away that easily this time, and we're going to come back with an even better strategy. So let's see how that goes for them. And as we can see over here, we got team number 21. That's going to be RGC AKATSUKI, another underdog team who has been performing numerous tournaments, but we'll see. Only time will tell how well can these underdog teams. I mean, we have casted a few tournaments even in Lanka, Dhaka. So we have seen so many underdog teams doing impressive plays, unthinkable plays like you would see. We wouldn't expect them to do those plays.
I think that's the thing, right? Because usually most of the time underdog teams, they don't have anything to lose, but they have everything to prove, right? Because of that, sometimes they always get the chance to kind of perform outside of the box. They bring in these new plays and new strategies that most people don't really understand. Because when you play at a pro level, right, you always expect teams to behave in a certain way, and they're going to behave in a certain way because that's what your team would do at that level. So when these teams, they take a risk, they do something different, and they catch you off guard, and that's usually how the underdog team can really get a jump on some of these top teams. So anything can happen, obviously, at this level. If you get free shots, you're 100% going to be taking it. But once again, this is the fight we were talking about, that Adil was talking about, Miracle was talking about. So Deno, once again, trying to fight off MacPen here. They only have 2 players. MacPen trying to close the gap right now, but being held off at the moment. As you can see, they do have that high ground advantage, obviously going to be playing to that to their strengths for sure. And as you can see, Deno Ghosty just trying to be as silent as possible, and this angle is going to be the key for them kind of taking this team down here. But with that, I think MacPen not really looking to get too aggressive. They do have the vehicle now. They can rotate from under and get into this house and maybe try to go for this 1 versus 2, but once again they are pushing up into the high ground, so it might not be as easy as they want it to be. So you can see they're already going in for the rush. They're leading the way here. They might be expecting nades, but with that, they're going to be taking a look at Illusio. Illusio already heading up, just trying to check every single angle that he can possibly check here, because you don't know where this play is going to be. Last seen probably on the high ground. As you can see, I believe the one player, it was Ghosty with that angle, obviously getting the drop onto Valeska there, and that is going to be very important in delaying their push. But now it's up to Ghosty to put even more pressure on this team. So Ghosty is rushing in, as you can see. Here comes the fight, and with that, the AKM is going to be in showcase here, and that's how they're going to be able to secure that last kill. But with that, they should be seeing the next player also rushing in from team number 1. Deno just has one more player left alive, and I think he's also on the high ground right now, not going to be rushing in the call, but there all the players are alive, and he's going to drop down just to try and surprise them. He's going to get surrounded by the entire MacPen team, and just as you mentioned, Miracle, they're going to conquer this location once again. It's going to be Rozok under their name at the moment.
Now, I think the first team to get eliminated is going to be RGC Deno, and this is literally a flashback memory, I would say, of the last PMCO spring split that was there. I mean, it was the same situation. So I think Deno is not going to give up even now. We still have one more Erangel match to go for the night. So I think during that time, we'll be seeing some different change, some new plan coming in from Deno. I mean, this didn't work out for us, definitely. We underestimated the opponent. So this time, we're going to come back with a better strategy. With that, we can see team number 19. It's going to be team NRC Esports, still not getting their hands dirty, but this team literally is known to be really, really aggressive in the final circle. So let's see how well can these teams perform. And with that, we got to see. I'm actually interested not to see who's going to be at the tabletop. Daka, I'm interested to see who's going to be the top fraggers. I mean, I definitely want to see those top 5 fraggers of this region. So definitely we have some really interesting players. So let's see how that goes.
Yeah, definitely. I think it'll all come down to execution. And like you said, even if NRC do want to execute their aggressive playstyle in that final zone, obviously, before you can get to a situation where you aren't in yet, you have to first get to that situation. So once they get to that final zone, we'll probably be seeing a lot of frags coming out from them. But I think all these teams definitely have some very, very high potential to kind of frag out in these games at the moment. So as you can see, we can see a few teams already being eliminated. So Deno team right now not in a great space, and definitely not the Zeus team either. The Zeus team struggling quite a bit. They only have their one player left alive. A little bit of unfortunate circumstances for them. But right now, as you can see, the zone closing in. It's still a lot of time before we get to that end game per se. So teams do have a lot of breathing room at the moment, and they're just going to be looking to prepare as many resources and as well as just get ready for that final few zones, because we can see teams with vehicles and teams without vehicles can actually be at a little bit of a disadvantage, because obviously they don't have the cover to work with. So we'll be seeing a lot of teams rotating quite often, but in the end, I think we'll be seeing teams just having to take fights for sure, especially when it comes to the 4th or 5th zone. They will 100% be forcing fights just to be able to take that location that's been held down by teams, and these teams aren't afraid to get in your face, and that's 100% true, because they're obviously very, very confident in their abilities to take fights, and that is something we're going to be seeing very, very soon as the game progresses. But right now, we're just taking a look at team number 14 holding this high ground just outside of Pochinki, and with that, we do see team number 13 also just on the opposite hill. And with that, they are getting naded. It does look like NRC team is trying to get a little bit aggressive here. So I think that aggressive late game is becoming a very aggressive early game as well. And usually when you get those early game points, your team is in a very comfortable position because you do have points under your belt. But overall, I think the placement is also going to be very key. It's going to be a balance between the both. And with that, team number 13 rotating. Team number 10 is quite close by, but I think they're just going to be rotating out from here. So as you can see, as soon as the zone close forms, they're already going to start rotating to get that best location as early as they possibly can. If there's a team there already, they'll be rotating out of there and looking for the next best location. But we'll also be seeing teams that be working with the zone and trying to come in with the zone as much as possible, because by the time they get into the zone, hopefully the teams that were holding those POIs will be rotating out. So we do see team number 11 and team number 13 just having a little bit of a Tokyo style battle here. We do see spray coming in from TM7 Eddie here, not being able to knock anyone here. Just go and produce as much recoil as he possibly can. Just do the full spray, but is not able to get any sort of result. We do see another team heading into the area. I do believe that might be team number 21 here. So we might be seeing quite a few intense fights already. So once again, the beautiful McLaren being showcased here. What do you think about the McLaren, Miracle?
Eddie definitely showing off. Eddie is really good in that case. We have known Eddie for a long time right now, and just as his players, he likes to show off his guns and his cars and whatnot. So Eddie, definitely we are impressed by your McLaren, but will we be seeing a show by you? Definitely, a chicken dinner would be really interesting coming in from your team. So let's see how well can you perform with your team. I mean, Eddie, right before this match started, he simply messaged me and he was like, just keep showing us because we are going to get that chicken dinner. So that's the level of confidence that he has. So let's see if that's going to be really true.
Yeah, definitely. I think you need to be coming into these type of tournaments with that type of confidence. It's definitely going to be showing in your gameplay for sure. And usually when teams are very passive, you can definitely tell by the way they're moving around with their teams and how they're communicating. It's all going to be there in the movement itself. You know how they're communicating based on the movements. Right now, as you can see, OPMF trying to pressure team number 14 as much as possible. Here already taking out that mode of transportation that they had to help that player just kind of rotate out of danger there. But in the end, he he's going to have to blow a few of his resources, a few of those smokes, just try and get into a safer location, and it seems like he is able to get out there. So team number 12 also was quite close by the Urbif team. They also like to take as much advantage from these third-party opportunities as much as possible, and they'll be looking to do that quite often, because usually those are the best, easiest kind of kills that you can get with the lowest type of effort, as well as the lowest casualties, obviously, because when you're taking 2 versus 4 fights. But that's where the magic can also happen. So I always love to see 1 versus 4 situations, and someone just pulling off something that you never expect, and that's what the beauty of this game for sure. And with that, we'll be taking a look at the Equinox team. I believe it's going to be Maun here, team number 18, looking at team number 21, the AK team or the Akatsuki team, just over yonder right there. But I don't think they'll be poking anytime soon. So a lot of teams do like to use a combination of the M416 and the DP. But anyway, with that, we do see beautiful spray coming in from Rocky here. Already takes down one here from the NRC team. Tadashi getting down in the open. He is able to drop down and get behind cover, though I think Rocky should have been able to get that kill, to be honest, but just missing the opportunity right there. But now the NRC team falling into a little bit of trouble right there. So Tadashi taking a lot of pressure, trying to crawl his way to the side just to be sure that he's out of LOS there. And with that, the rest of the team already grabbing the revive, I believe, and they're going to start rotating. And with that, Tadashi actually does get a knock, actually gets knocked here, because spraying down that Jeep, the damage from that explosion is going to put him on his knees right there. So NRC losing one of their players, but looks like they're going to go for the risk here, going to start reviving him. So is the MaFiA team going to look for the complete full kill here? But looks like they're actually going to decide to fully rotate out. Very interesting engagement there, and very lucky for NRC, to be honest.
With that, I think we can check out some knocks coming in from the team number 19. That's going to be NRC over here. I think the spray downs are coming from Hazain and Pablo. They somehow managed to secure position inside the circle, but the rotations being cut off of team Hitmad at the moment. I think Hitmad is in so much of trouble. I think they are in a total engagement right now. Matrix over here. That's going to be team number 10, I think. So with that, let's see. Over here we got Susti still trying to move in towards the circles. I think the position that NRC is holding is pretty much okay for now. With that, I think team Hitmad is the one that is in a sandwich situation against the team of Akatsuki as well as TM7. Looking at team number 21, I think that's going to be Intensity over here, already having 2 kills. We have 53 Dhaka in this circle. I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea.
I think there's going to be a lot of battles for like real estate for sure. I think teams are going to want certain locations, and they're going to be very, very aggressive to get it, because if they don't get that position, it's going to be very difficult for them to execute their end-game plan. And I think this is nothing less than what we should expect at this level for sure. I think having 53 players at this point in time, I think these teams should be definitely used to it by now, given how many scrims they've played. And obviously, like you said, these teams, they don't take this very lightly. They take it very, very seriously, and they're prepared day and night to get to this level. And obviously every single team is going to be looking for a chance to prove themselves. But team number 17 out in the open right now has to take on a fight against team number 23 if they want to secure this location. If they try rotating, they might be in a lot of trouble. As you can see, one of their players already going down. So they do have 4 kills. We saw them really cleaning out those kills on the Deno team here at Rozok, and right now they need to kind of save their teammates and get those revives. They're going to be split up. Obviously, you don't want to be grouped up too close together. You want to be spread out and cover as many angles as you possibly can. But that team right now, team number 23, getting pressured by the NRC team here. They did get a get out of jail free card, and as you can see, they're just trying to put as much pressure as they can to team number 23 here, getting sandwiched between both these teams, team number 17 as well as team number 25. And as you can see, Hellcut is going to be able to drop Insanity here, and the NRC team looking for this big opportunity to clean out team number 23 here, and it's going to be huge if they can clear them out, and as well as team number 17, just to be able to make sure that their backs are clear. You don't want to get shot while rotating the net. Just go in. It's going to be a little bit short, and with that we do see them getting third party, so they need to back off here. It's going to be Tharu looking at this area once again. Looks like they won't be able to get too much, but with that Hype's already getting a few kills onto team number 16, the MaFiA team, losing 2 players right there. Once again getting sandwiched between these teams 11 and 21, and this is nothing less than what we expected with 53 people in this zone. So it's the 5th zone is about to start in about a minute, so they do have a little bit of time, but the rotation rotation is going to be very, very difficult for some of these teams, just because they're going to be stuck in a very, very high damage zone. So as you can see, the OPMF team looking to get as many kills as they can with the pressure here, going to smoke out the buggy just so he can easily rotate without taking too much damage. So team number 16 as well, MaFiA Rocky. His team losing majority of their players. He's going to be the last man standing for team number 16. So it's not looking great for them right now. And once again, they do need to rotate in, and he needs to make a very difficult decision here. What kind of play is he going to make here? The hit team once again looking on from high ground, and we can see all these teams just kind of preparing as much as they can. This nade might be big. They might be able to clear out team number 14 with this, and with that, he does get the knock. Team number 14 does get eliminated there, and they are going to be making their way back on the expressway to the lobby, and they're going to be very happy here. So the Akatsuki team already securing 6 kills here, and with that they do lose Heril and Intensity though in a little bit of an unfortunate skirmish there, but in the end they do secure the kills, and that's what is very, very important. It's going to make or break and make this huge difference when it comes to the points table. But with that, we're going to be taking once again a look at the NRC team. Team number 19 looking to pressure the Akatsuki team. A spray is coming in from the DP here. He's going to be able to grab that vehicle and rotate out, and now pushing forward here, team number 25 on the high ground, and hopefully Amare should be able to make it. He does go for the pre-fire on the window there just to be able to make sure that he can move a little bit forward. Does take some damage, but nothing too difficult here. Susi does go down, as you can see, and Hazan is going to be able to smoke and get that revive once again. So what kind of move is Amare going to make? They're moving forward right now. They're going to get pressured from every single side, as you can see, and with that they're going to be stuck in the zone. They need to rotate once again. Hazan does go down as well. So much pressure coming out for team number 19. They want to shine in this end game, but if they can't make it, that's going to be a huge problem, and that is exactly what is going to happen to them. They're going to be taken out, and they're going to be going back to the lobby. And team number 11, Eddie, looks like your friend falling short of a performance right there, so he's going to be taken out quite early, and we'll be taking a look at Urbiv team right now holding the high ground. Has a nice shot here on the menu, and that's Manu. I saw it as menu, I'm sorry, but with that he's going to knock him out, but not going to be able to secure the kill. Looking onto the high ground, they're going to try as much as possible to scout. They have lost their in-game leader Vish here, and with that we'll be moving on to team number 17. As you can see, Lucia going down as well. And with that, MacPen looking to pressure this team number 23. If they can clear this out and get some kills under their name, it's going to be a huge, huge benefit for them. They do see one player out in the open. It's going to be the knock player that's securing the kill. And once again, Valax are taking a lot of damage, but getting third party from a different side. As you can see, Evan is going to secure that kill. He needs smoke and try to recover here, and looks like he is going to be able to. The Herbie team might be looking at them, but hopefully this foliage is going to be enough to give them enough cover to get this revival, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Team number 23 gets eliminated as well, I believe there. And now team number 20, the OPMF team going to start rotating into cover and almost running into double nades right there. And with that, I think Moscow is looking to pressure both these teams. Team number 17 is on the right, as well as team number 25 on the left. So a little bit of a tough situation. They are on the low ground, so it doesn't help really. They need to use the smokes. They need to use as much utility as they possibly can to just get any sort of free reign here. And the Herbie team right behind them, I don't think they spotted Moscow here. Moscow might get a free kill, trying to spray down on Funky here. Funky is going to get the smoke, but he's going to get immediately knocked, and there is no quarter given there from team number 20 at all, but they are not going to be able to secure the kill at the moment, so they need to kind of smoke up and try to recover. The Herbie team, last 6 teams here in this intense zone. Team number 17 already getting sprayed down. We do see them losing one of their players. So team number 18 as well, the Equinox team, once again, the smoke's coming down, trying to cover this line of sight that any teams might be able to secure. And right now, OPMF team, they have a good position. They can just fall into the zone if they want to. Once again, just being peppered by these nades. Will they be able to make the next rotation? They need to try and secure high ground if they possibly can, but right now it's being held by team number 25 quite well. So low ground obviously is not the position you want to be in. It's quite difficult, and it's going to put a lot of pressure on your team to make the right decisions. And with that, team number 12 going to be recovering. They are knocked down there. Actually, no, they lose their player. And now the Herbie team only having 2 more players left. They need to try and put a little bit of pressure. He's really close to this buggy. If they get shot and if this buggy actually explodes, we might see Destro actually going down. But there's a lot of pressure right now. He knows that the smokes are covering the line of sight, so he should be fine for the moment. He does see the player from team number 18 on the left side here trying to spray him down, but it's not going to work out. And team number 25 now taking it out onto Destro, giving away his POI. He's going to immediately get taken out. He's going to go down, and now it's only going to be Herbie Adam left here standing for team number 12, team number 20, team number 25, and one more team on the left. I do believe it is the team number 18 there. So top 4 situation right here. Last 9 players left alive, and it's going to be one hell of an intense, hopefully final circle, or we might actually see another circle. You never know, but the game has in store. So once again, Hellcat, the nades are coming his way. They should know that there's a team there for sure now. The information is there. Obviously, team number 18, as you can see, beautiful way of closing out all of this line of sight that the team number 25 would have had if these smokes weren't there. So more smokes just to create a lot of cover for them to rotate and maybe get into cover. And that's exactly what Tharu is going to be doing as well. So Tharu going to be smoking himself just so he can make it outside and start maybe pressuring these teams with his team also. Just him and Hellcat, the only two left alive. And with that, they are stuck in a very intense situation. No one wants to make the first move. Obviously, they want to get as many free kills as they possibly can. So taking a look at the OPMF team, once again, it's going to be Fady, the player we're going to be looking at. So team number 18 is on the left side. I don't think he has an idea. And obviously, at this point, you need to be able to spot out snakes from miles away. But let's see whether they get caught out or whether he's going to be able to get some free kills right here. So actually, Takuru is going to have a very, very good position here on anyone who might want to just step up and start moving forward. So it's going to be a very, very difficult decision. We do see the Abib team getting eliminated right there, obviously, because trying to rotate in as a solo player, getting spotted by 3 different players without resources, you're obviously going to get taken down. And with that, they do have 9 kills on the side of OPMF. They're going to be looking to finish strong, obviously, and get a very, very good lead in this game number 1. But with that, no team wants to make a move. We do see a beautiful name coming out from Sentikyu, and he's going to be able to bring down Tharu, and Hellcat, I don't think will have an opportunity to revive him. And with that, we do see Fady crawling, inching his way forward, trying to get this surprise onto team number 25. But with that, we do see Takuru going down to Mubdu. And with that, I believe team number 20 does secure their first win here. So with probably around 13 kills there. So great performance coming out from them. A winner, chicken dinner for sure.
With that, just as I told you, Dhaka, like I told you, underdog teams do something really, really interesting. So that's what happened here. The top 3, all 3 teams are underdog teams. So we have OPMF Esports in the first place, and then we have Equinox, another team that nobody expected would come into the top 3, definitely in the first match itself. And in third, we have Team Xtreme Club. Even though they were really passive with 0 kills right now, I think they're just playing the teams right now. They're just seeing how well the teams are going to perform, how well can we rotate into the zone. So the first match is always going to be different. So let's see in the upcoming games. Definitely another angle to go. We'll be seeing how they will be performing. So Lana, I think you were pretty much watching the match. So did you find? What do you think?
I think all the teams were under a lot of pressure because the last circle was filled with there were 53 alive people, and I think all the teams, they should know how to face when there's a lot of pressure, but you gotta adapt. I think pressure is key for their survival. I think the survival is the key when it comes to pressure, and I get it. You gotta know the adrenaline rushing when there's 53 people in the last circle. God damn, you and I know how that feels.
Definitely, we have been through a lot of situations, and I have seen
right.
how well that goes. So with that, I think we have an interesting first match that's coming to an end. So we'll be seeing, I think, the points table after another match to go. I think we have the second match, Sanhok match. I think Dhaka, that's one of your favorite maps, if I'm not wrong, because this.
Actually, you are mistaken. My favorite map was a map that was already played. So actually, Sanhok is like my second most played map. But then afterwards, I think my least played is definitely Miramar for sure. I love Weekend, but obviously not many people want to play with me on that map. So unfortunately, not getting that opportunity. But definitely looking forward to all the games. I think being very map specific is not going to help. But Sanhok, I think, will be a very interesting map for sure. I mean, if this is how the Erangel endgame was, I'm very, very excited to see how the Sanhok endgame is going to be. And I think there'll be a lot of great teams contesting for point of interest, like we mentioned. And hopefully we get to see the fight out between MacPen and Deno maybe in bootcamp this time. Who knows?
Who knows? With that, I think we'll go for a quick commercial break and we'll be back with the next match. We'll be back soon, guys. Stay tuned.
Switch to the best internet experience in Maldives. Because it's not fun when your internet's slow. Have less buffering, more fun.
back again. I think the second match is already underway, so we'll get into that in some time. So about the last match, Dhaka, if we have to say 3 underdog teams on the top 3 places. So what do you think the rest of the pro teams are thinking right now? I mean, they must have come with the huge moment that, okay, we are going to get the first chicken dinner in this huge league, and we're going to impress everyone. So that's a big blow on the fans, definitely.
I don't think so. I think when you get to that level, I think you initially you want to kind of test out and see how these teams kind of perform, and then just kind of adjust to the performance depending on that. Because usually you have a lot of games to play, right? And then I mean, today itself they have another 3 games yet to play. And obviously, when you scout a team or you pay attention to how a team plays, you know what their strengths and weaknesses are. And usually, when you come into a situation like this, pro teams would have already scouted pro teams, but they are 100% going to be aware of the underdog teams for sure. And I think we might be seeing them picking up their performances in the 3rd and 4th game for sure. I mean, they still have a lot of time to kind of test the waters in this 2nd game as well, because it's going to be very, very technical. Because Miramar is one of those maps where if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get eliminated very, very soon. So this is where we're going to be separating the top level players from the maybe kind of average to just above average players. I think it's going to be a testament for sure, and we'll be seeing that very, very soon when this game starts.
And with that, I think me and Dhaka will be going into Miramar as well, as it is definitely one of my favorite maps where I'm going to see a lot of headshots and sniper rifle actions. And I think Lana will be joining us in a bit with the post analysis. So let's see how these teams are going to perform. So my high expectations, Dhaka, as the first match, I was actually expecting NRC, TM7, those top level teams to show something, those dominating plays, those kills, which we usually see in tournaments. But I think what they are missing right now is I think they need a new plan. That's actually what they're missing. The new strategy on how they are playing. Maybe it's not working out for NRC.
I mean, that's always the case, right? Because usually you want to go into these type of tournaments with not just one plan. You need to have multiple plans just in case to fall back and just kind of execute it much better. And that is definitely going to be something that they'll be looking to improve on, I think, every team. And I think the best way for you to learn is obviously through defeat. And through defeat, only teams learn a lot. Because usually when you win, you always believe that whatever you did right. And sometimes it can be very, very circumstantial or luck as well. But luck is also a part of skill. But end of the day, you learn a lot less when you keep winning, and you learn a lot more when you keep losing. So that's obviously an opportunity, and they can obviously reassess, and then make their decisions to perform better. But with that, we are coming into, like you said, a very, very technical. I think this is probably one of the most technical maps to play in PUBG Mobile for sure. It's one of the most difficult ones to execute. And when it comes down to the end game, it's going to be a lot between low ground, high ground, and whether you get lucky with the zone as well. So, but one thing I'm looking forward to is a lot of sniper gameplay. It's something that we don't see very, very often in LK enough, because our teams definitely like to run the double AR, as you know, and I'm very, very excited to see what top level sniping looks like.
Definitely, and I think I have seen the double AR is pretty much famous in a lot of teams. Everyone likes to spray down. I mean, they have literally perfected the spray, probably hours of training. So what I would like to see is even the mini 14, a lot of perfections are there from a lot of players, but those SKS, SLR, those are not what you see every day. I mean, even we wouldn't pick it up at times, but that does some serious damage, but has a huge amount of recoil. I mean, would you in any case, would you pick an SLR SKS?
The only reason I would pick up those guns is if I had no other choice. If I could pick guns that I wanted, I'll probably end up with double AR, because that's what I usually specialize on, and I don't have enough experience in Miramar to actually kind of even utilize that, to be honest. But snipers a little bit, but then most of the time when you have a lot of snipers in your team, it kind of becomes a little bit of a disadvantage. So that's why usually most teams will have either one or maximum two. So usually you'll see one player definitely running like a full-on bolt action, while we do see another player in that same team just looking to use like one of these DMRs, like we did see Zeus. So looks like they're paying a little bit of payback right here. So as they landed last time, they actually lost one of their players, and this time they're returning the favor, and they'll be like, it's your turn to be unlucky, and they're going to secure a very early kill. So this team also looking to prove themselves for sure. The last game was to be honest, disastrous for them. So they'll be looking to kind of pick it up on this one and kind of get to that top, because we know these teams are very, very. Every single team here is definitely hungry for that victory, and they are definitely going to be trying to execute to the best of their abilities. And a lot of teams do tend to take a lot of unnecessary pressure when they don't do well in one game. But what they need to realize is you always have a chance for a comeback, and that's the beauty of battle royale games for sure. And I think I'm looking forward to all these teams and maybe even the pro teams showing us what they're made of, because according to you right now, they must not be feeling too well, especially your friend Eddie, as you mentioned. So I think he's looking to prove himself as well, and showcase some of his many talents for sure. So let's see how it goes. But right now it's going to be a lot of quiet time, given how huge this map is and how much time teams will have to kind of just play around.
Definitely. So we'll be seeing how well these teams can play Miramar. I mean, Miramar known to be, especially those mountain ridges, not a lot of compounds, I would say, in the last final circles. I mean, rarely when it comes in maybe to Los Leons, you'll have a lot of compounds where you can just stay it out inside the zone. And right now, what we would like to see, another thing, is that heal battle that a lot of teams have been trying to do. I mean, I did not see any in Erangel in the last final circles. Nobody, I think, tried it out. So let's see. I think right now we can see team number 19. We have NRC team led by Amare. We have Susti, Azin, and Pablo. So the last match, I think it was them falling in 8th place with just 2 or 3 kills. Not much over there. I think that would be around 4 points secured by them in the first match. So they have a lot of catching up to do if they want to end up in the top 16 and move into the grand finals. So let's see how that's going to go in. So another thing, Dhaka. So we are seeing 16 teams playing in today. So the next day, that's going to be the 21st. We'll be seeing a total of different teams, different 16 teams that are going to play. Still, they are waiting. Probably they are literally watching the matches right now, trying to analyze these teams, and because they will be playing against each other soon with the groups to come. So I think what would you do in a case of you being in a pro team, you playing a tournament such as this? How well would you analyze the teams?
I think you'll have to, like, all teams have a pattern for sure. I think even in general, if you just keep an eye on one team throughout these games, like, it's very difficult to have like one person cover every single team, but overall there's always going to be a pattern. So teams always go in with a set tactic, they have a set strategy, then obviously they have to prepare for different angles that the plane can come in as well. So if the location that you want to go to is way too far, where are we going to drop, where are we going to get vehicles, is it like how heavy is the RNG? Is it like, it's always better to land in a spot where there is going to be 3 vehicles spawning instead of 1, right? Because then if the chances of 1 getting picked up is very low. But with that, I think we'll be have to coming into some action right here. So team number 11 actually getting pressured here from team number 17. So MacPen already starting their aggressive nature here, getting a nice catch out here onto team number 11 while they were rotating, and once again just trying to secure those kills with the nades. As you can see, much easier to use it with that first person perspective. And with that, I think they do have an idea that team number 11's heights is going to be coming all the way from the right side, and with that, that nade just destroys team number 11. And Kara right now is in a lot of trouble. Once this smoke wears out, I don't think he'll have too much room to play with. And once again, we do see them running those bolt actions as well. So heights is going to be heights is going to be holding that right side, and as you can see, Kara does not have a chance at all here. And as you should expect, especially in a map like Miramar, you don't have too much cover to work with, and losing the vehicle as well, and just getting all these angles from team number 17. They are already in the worst spot that they could be in, and they really didn't have too much of a chance there to kind of get out. All they can do right now is get the rest of their team to play together and start rotating from a different area. But so far, great stuff coming out from MacPen. They're starting strong once again. So last time they started off with 4 kills, and this time they already have 2. So they're going to be very happy with that start.
Yep, definitely. And MacPen, as I told you, they are really unpredictable on how they play. So a lot of teams really don't know their strategy and how they would rotate. So this is really going to help them at a point where they have to play in the international stage. I'm definitely sure MacPen is one of those invited teams that will be going into the group stages of PMC or Fall Split. So I think that's the first Bhutan team to come in into such an international level. So definitely, who knows, there'll be other teams as well who will be coming through the qualifiers. But with that, we can see LND, another team that had been dominating the group stages of the last PMCO. I think they are trying to pick up their pace. I think a lot of changes in some of the players. I think earlier we did not have Lucif in this team. So Lucif also known to be one of really good players of Sri Lanka. So let's see how well can they perform. So Miramar, some of these teams, I would say Dhaka, their strongest map is Miramar, not even Erangel. Even though they don't play it much, I mean, even I wouldn't play Miramar because it takes a hell lot of time for the zone to shift and all of that. So I think even though they don't play it, some of these teams play Miramar like it's so easy for them. They know exactly where a ridge is even. While they're driving, they know, okay, there's a ridge here, we don't need to go that side. It's something like that. That definitely comes with experience, isn't it, Daga?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it comes with multiple players and just with experience and how much they've been playing, right? Because even though we say that these teams don't really like, personally, if we had a choice, we wouldn't be playing this map. But they need to. They're in a professional level, representing their country at an international standard. They need to know every single nook and cranny in this map for sure. And that is going to be the difference between them winning and losing a game. Because if you know exactly where you can get cover and where you can't, and in a game like in a game with which is like PUBG Mobile, where the time to kill is so low, you need to know all this. I mean, every advantage you can get, every single inch. I mean, like you say, whether it's PUBG Mobile or any game that you're watching, everything is about that game of inches. And the more inches you gain, the more you're going to gain out in this tournament for sure. And that's definitely something that is going to be the minimum requirement for these teams. And I feel like we might be seeing even more polished gameplay coming out from these teams as it moves on. And that is definitely what we came here expecting. And I hope that's definitely what we're going to get towards the latter zones here.
With that, we can see the zone right now as the teams are settling themselves in. I think MacPen is the team that is in the dead center right now, and we can see KINGxRANGERS, who is just shifting in that way with Gucci leading the team. Let's see if they're going to reach in towards MacPen, and that's going to be a really interesting fight. 4 contenders who are really good with their gun skills, as we have seen multiple scrims and multiple tournaments where they were able to perform. With that, we have so many teams already comfortably sitting inside the zone. I think the bottom end, I think Renow is disconnected at a point. Yep, that's not what you see.
Very unlucky. Very unfortunate.
Yeah, the fun fact is he has survived 2 zones right now. I think he'll survive another zone as well. That's a lot of placement points coming in from TM7. Let's see how Deno also coming in towards Kings. I think Kings is going to face a lot of trouble right now as so many teams have surrounded them. Literal surround coming in. And with that drop being over here, I think Urbu is going to come and take a sneak peek. Please come and take a sneak peek. It's going to be really interesting. But no, I think Gucci is safe for now, and he'll be moving in with his bike ride all the way to the compounds. So somewhat you see every day.
Oh, but Bunny's rotating. He's actually going to get peppered a little bit, but he's already so far gone. So he's going to be able to make it quite safely. And he's actually very good at driving that. I'm terrible at driving bikes. I'll be very honest with that. I probably would have fallen off there and gotten knocked. But great stuff. Took a very big risk there. Put himself in between, I think, 2 teams right there. But in the end, he gets a pretty decent reward out of it, I believe. Not exactly sure what he picked up, but it looks like just the armor vest. And he actually has an M249 as well. So pretty good for him, actually. Let's see how it works out for him in the end.
I think we can see Team Urbu who's moving in those ridges and trying to find a nice and safe and comfortable spot. I think they'll be meeting in with the likes of MacPen or LND. Can't say who exactly. Oh, nope. They're just going to settle there for now, and then they'll be moving in. Miramar's hard shifts are the best that we can see. I mean, I have seen a few matches where Miramar hard shifts, literally unexpected shifts can go all the way towards the other side, and literally nobody will be inside the zone. So let's see if that hard shift is going to come through this map. And the best part, another best part about Miramar is there's no early fights, and I think right now he's going to get killed.
So that kind of ran out there. He was going to survive the 3rd zone as well, but unfortunately, OPMF does manage to spot them out. So that's going to be one of those free meal tickets that you definitely want. I mean, free lunch? Sure, I'll take it.
Definitely, and that's 1 point. That's exactly 1 point. And what?
What a shot. So Deno lead there with one hell of a crazy headshot. He's going to bring down one of the players from team number 13, and what an angle. And he only peaked for like a second, but wow, the reaction speed on Lee there. I understand why his name is Lee now. Probably has the reaction speed of Bruce Lee.
Definitely. I think Lee is known to be one of a really good sniper in Maldives. I have seen numerous tournaments in Maldives as well. Lee literally never misses a headshot. So let's see how well can he do this. And we have an interesting fight over here. OPMF versus TRQ. That's going to be really interesting. The team that got the chicken dinner last time. Now this is going to be one hell of a fight, Daga.
Yeah, definitely. I think if they can eliminate team number 20 very early here, it's going to be very beneficial. But they have been displaying quite the aggressive plays here, and I think that might become a little bit of a problem for them. But right now, as you can see, they're just holding, and this is something that all teams will definitely do. They'll come to a POI, and if they know it's contested, the first thing they want to do is just chuck some nades. You want to use those nades as much as possible just to try and get a free knock, because that is going to give you the chance to get that numbers advantage, which is a huge benefit, especially at this level. So as you can see, Insanity, I understand where he gets the name from. Look at the confidence coming out from him. He's just going to be using all these broken walls right here to his advantage, just peeking under them and then peeking out when he needs to take fire. He's creating the right amount of space, so he gets that angle as well to shoot, because if you are too close, your bullets start hitting the wall, and then you have this really weird glitch where your gun and your body are like kind of stuck in a weird amalgamation in the wall. But right now, more mollies, more nades coming out from Insanity here, and looking at the aerial view, you can see all the different angles being covered by team number 20, and once again that nade paying off for OPMF right here. So their team looks like it's going to be Mimra getting taken out there by the nade, and they've already taken out Kalhe as well. So you can see the benefit of just holding down different and multiple angles, and this aggression being punished from OPMF. No quarter, no room given whatsoever, and Maori is going to be ready to move on and take advantage as much as possible. And as you can see, it's going to be Zan getting taken out as well. So last player standing is going to be Insanity. Will he be able to pull off an insane play here? Just managed to get one. Is he going to be able to get the second as well? Fade is going to be jumping in front of him, and with that, they are going to be taken out there. And that was a very clean movement coming in from OPMF there. Once they got those two kills, the initial kill and the knock, they knew they could get aggressive, and that's what you talk about when trying to get a little bit too aggressive. But overall, clean gameplay coming out from OPMF, as well as some really good understanding and reactions of how to play in that scenario.
I think OPMF is doing pretty good. Having those kill numbers in Miramar is not what you see every day. I mean, that fight, that aggression coming in from Maure, I think it was all about what he used to tell me. I mean, I asked him, like, we had these posters that were going out, right, the countdown posters. So I asked him, okay, give me a quote about your team, about SWPL. What do you think is going to happen? And what he gave was the expectations of us isn't as same as the previous lineup of OPMF Esports, but we are ready to show in the upcoming SWPL that we still remain a dominant name in the region. So I think he's proving that. Pretty much he's proving that right now. So let's see how far can Maure lead his team into victory. I think what he said was that he is going to be the dominating team in this SWPL. But with that, I think we have another fight coming into a close with OPMF. Yep, that headshot coming in from Tadashi, beautifully done. I think Fadi was the guy who got knocked over there. Nicely done, and secures the kill as well. That's going to be a kill point also for Xtreme Club.
Yeah, so they do get the kill on Fady right there, so they do have the numbers advantage, but I think they'll be quite happy with that. As you can see, NRC also getting to a little bit of a engagement here, so they have managed to knock one player from team number 15, but I think he might have gotten picked up already. So right now they're going in for this aggressive play, so we know that they really like to play this way, so let's see whether they can close it out right now. So it looks like they have already got the kill as well, so it's only 3 players here on team number 15. This nade should be huge if he's able to get the knock right there. So Reko needs to be a little bit safe here in where he's going to position, but right now going into the Lions then is going to be team NRC. So team number 18 also looking to kind of third party, just going to be taking out any sort of surprise element. And I think team number 21 Akatsuki is also here coming in from the back right now. As you can see, just I think would have been probably scouted out from Hazan here, and with that Amare in quite a difficult situation. So now he doesn't know whether he wants to push forward or just try to get back to his team. I don't think they have the chance, but with that Hazan should be able to give them some covering fire, and with that the Akatsuki team might be a little bit deterred in pushing onto the high ground here, knowing that Hazan has a very strong position, probably a god spot in terms of this fight. But the rest of team NRC now converging on this location, trying to clear out team number 15 as soon as possible, but team number 15 trying to remain as quiet as possible, as stealthy as possible, to try not to give away too much information. The nades are raining in, so they should have an idea of where these players are positioned, but with that Amare needs to fix up his health, and with that he's going to be looking to maybe get one knock and then finally close out this fight here. And with that we do see Susi going down, and team number 15 also retaliating, not giving any space whatsoever. And now the Urbib team going to get sprayed down by LND here. So will they be able to confirm the kill, though? Destro does go down, and once again another shot coming in from the left side, very disorientating, getting shot from that glassy as everyone knows. And with that they're going to start rotating out. They know they're in a bad position. Looks like they might want to pressure the Urbib team right here, so they're going to be keeping up with some non-stop action right here. And with that Samita once again looking up, and with that now it looks like it's High Noob going to get pressured here by Amare, looking to push forward. They did lose Susi already, so he knows he's in this location. The Uzi is almost going to pay off, does get the trade though, so it's a 1-for-1 trade, but it's a 2-for-1 situation. Hasan in the high ground, no way of him assisting his team, so we might see team number 15 actually push quite aggressively. And now Hasan with the mini 14 trying to pressure as much as possible and cover for his team from this god spot. And with that Pablo taking a lot of damage right now, he needs to try and hold it on. Pablo does go down, he does get the trade though, but in the end Hasan doesn't have any other way to get to his team, so team number 15 is going to be able to secure maybe those 2 kills. And Hasan needs to make a very clutch and quick decision here to come down this hill and try to revive his team. But obviously team number 15 is going to be getting those revives much sooner than team number 15 here. So I mean team number 19. So rotation does come out once again. Hasan does make it there. Let's see whether he's going to be able to get the rest of his team. And with that, Deno, the team Deno is going to be once again being pressured here. They need to try and get a knock here on team number 10. They are currently reviving Fantastic. The beautiful nade coming in, and Maxi is going to get taken out here. Will they be able to connect and basically confirm the kill? I don't think so. We do see him crawling that way. They get another knock actually, another nade coming in, and they kill off Abi. What beautiful usage of nades coming in from the side of Deno here. No need to shoot your gun when you're so great at tossing in nades. So let's see if they can confirm this kill as well. Might be able to. The revive does come through. He does get healed once again. So it's going to be Punisher as well as the last player standing for team number 10, which is the hit team, I believe. So Max and Punisher, the only 2 left alive right now. And with that, Deno looking to move forward. And once again, those nades, they just completely get wiped out by Deno's nades. Are you kidding me? What great showcase of just knowing how to use these mechanics and just being able to put pressure without being able to put pressure. I mean, you know, the nades is coming in, and obviously team number 10 not in the greatest of spots right there. But now Deno team trying to just get into that a little bit of that cubby and loot up if all those kills that they just secured. But team number 17, MacPen, once again, they are going to be that cog, the wrench that stops the cog from turning. And we see the NRC team once again, it's only going to be Hasan taking on team number 15 this time. Nades are coming in, but will he be able to secure the kills? Nope. Team number 15 still have all of their players up, all 3 of them that were currently there, I mean. So with that now, NRC team, the aggression not working out, and that seems to be the theme of today's games, Monkey. Right now all teams getting aggressive, but no real rewards coming in. And with that we do see Funky as well as Wish going down. So even the Urbib team finding a lot of difficulty just being able to try and get their bearings here in the Miramar map, getting third party from every single location. As you can see, team number 14 also in a different engagement. They do lose Lucif right there. So the LND right now, even they don't have kills. They have so many knocks but no kills. And with that we do see Aladdin moving into the zone right here, trying to pressure as much as possible. Will they be able to pick up Destro is the question. And with that, team number 18, the Equinox team also losing quite a few of their players. Now Aladdin with the chance to bring down one of these Urbib players. Adam here in a really bad spot, but with that uses the buggy to get cover, and with that he's going to get taken down. So the cover wasn't as great as he thought it would be. Will they be able to secure the kills though? Destro does get picked up, and with that now they're going to start reviving Samita, and Funky now coming to pressure in Aladdin. He's actually getting shot in the back once again. More nades coming in as well. I don't think he'll be making out of this alive. Funky with another nade. Will it be good enough though? So team number 12, which still has 2 casualties. They need to pick them up as soon as possible. We can see Wish bleeding out quite slowly, luckily. If he had gone down a few more times, he probably would have bled out by now. But for right now, they can assemble their team once again and kind of try to reset here. But team number 18 is going to be able to get rid of LND Esports in the end, I do believe. And with that, team number 12 finally getting themselves some points on the board as well as a secured location for the moment. With that, we'll be coming into the Akatsuki team right now. taking a look at this compound. They have it all to themselves. So with that, they might be able to get a few more points. Right now, sitting on 6 kills, a very, very good position to be in. And with that, we do have the last 8 teams coming in. So only 20 players alive. So a lot of teams missing a few players. And we do see a beautiful molly coming in. And that's going to be team number 11 losing one of their players as far as I can see. And with that, AKT Intensity going to be looking for a different angle here. I think they might have an idea that there are players here. So the OPMF team, once again, they have a lot to prove, but right now they're stuck in a really, really tough situation. And with that, team number 21 up against team number 17, they do manage to secure a kill. They lose one of their players and they get another kill onto this player from OPMF. And the last player might have to actually go on with a little bit of a heal battle here. And MaFiA not making it easy at all. So huge fight between Akatsuki and MaFiA right here. So it's going to be a 2-on-2 situation as of right now. Smoke's being thrown down, trying to get that revive once again. And with that, they do get one more. So MaFiA going to be losing more and they're going to secure that kill as well. And now it's going to be the last player from team number 7. MaFiA once again gets taken out, and that is going to be a clean wipe coming out from the Akatsuki team. So really great stuff coming out from them. And now we'll be taking a look at team number 15. They're going to be trying to pressure the Zeus team here on the low ground. They do have cover to work with. They have smokes as well. Right now, it's only going to be the 2 players on team number 15. He needs to rotate from this location, try to get a better angle, and that's exactly what he's trying to do, using the smokes, as you can see, just using that silhouette of the smoke to try to kind of find out where these players from team number 24 are currently. So they do have cover. Once again, nades coming in as well. Not exactly sure whether it was a nade or a smoke, but moving just in case. So he does have a decent amount of cover to work with. How are they going to play this? They need to try and secure these 2 kills as well. They currently have 6 on the board, and getting more will only benefit them. So let's see the rotation. The next rotation is going to be quite tough for them. They can play on the low ground, but with team number 24 on their backs, it might make it very, very difficult. So the last 9 players, it's going to be the last 4 teams. So team number 15, team number 21, team number 20, I believe. Sorry, team number 15 and team number 21. Sorry, team number 21 and 21, team number 24. So it's going to be Manu once again. So they do have a total of 12 kills. They have the high ground right here, and I think they're in a prime spot here to win this entire game on the side of Akatsuki. So as you can see, they're just trying to pressure. They exactly don't know that team number 15 is in this area, but we can see Mad already moving forward. He's very confident. I think they cleared out team number 24 already. So the Zeus team is going to be going back to the lobby, and with that they do lose 2 players here, Intensity and Manu. And with that, we can see team number 15 just trying to make the most of this situation once again and trying to win this 2 versus 4 situation. But team Akatsuki playing it safe, just trying to get the revives once again. He is getting pressured by Rico here, and Rico just holding a great angle against the side of Akatsuki, but the high ground is on the side of her. All they need to do is play the waiting game, and then they can probably take out the side of team number 15 here. But this is the right play. Definitely they want to secure this game. It's going to be a huge amount of points that they can secure with these 12 kills, and it's going to be a huge game for sure, and definitely make up for the previous game's performance. So with that, now team number 15 trying to rotate from the left side. So many smokes going down. You can see the importance of using utility here, and with that, now the push coming in, and Hurl is actually going to get taken down, and it's going to be a 2-on-3 situation. The benefit right now with team number 15, just because of their location. Mart also has a decent spot. Once again gets pushed in though. He has the Tommy ready. He gets one, and now the last player standing for team number 15, it's going to be Rico. Rico in a 1 versus 3 situation. He's not going to be able to clutch it, and the Akatsuki team is going to be your winners, easily securing that game with 14 kills and the number 1 spot.
Definitely, that was one hell of a match, Daka, and I would say again, coming down, underdog team wins the match of the second match as well. So RGC Akatsuki is a team that has been currently in tournaments. They have been performing really well, and just as that, they have proved to be at the top. And I think in that top 3 places, I think Urbu is the only team that has still been able to play the PMCO, but even LN and TTS has been able to perform in a really amazing way. So with that, we have
so far we've been having
He was just like, all right, I'm out.
all right, we gone.
Switch to the best internet experience in Maldives. Because it's not fun when your internet's slow. Have less buffering, more fun.
Hello, Aidil. So welcome back. So we were just talking about this Miramar game, obviously, and that Akatsuki team actually with some great positioning there, taking some really good fights, and overall just clearing up the game with I think a total of 14 kills and first place, obviously. So they're going to be racking up those points. And like Monkey mentioned, obviously a great comeback, and once again an underdog team just showing and showcasing their prowess. And I think it's time for the pro teams to definitely step up. But let's hear a little bit of an opinion from coming out from Lana. Obviously, she's been watching the match very, very quietly. So what do you think about the overall Miramar map? I know you don't like it, but how do you think the teams played and performed in this particular game?
First of all, it was super intense, the match. And I think it all depends on a lot of teamwork. For example, if you look at the situation where NRC team was taken down, if one player was not there with them, he could have taken the revive. Like that, it depends on teamwork a lot, and it was like all spread out the team, right? I think that's like a huge disadvantage when you're playing like tournaments like this. You got to stick together and you got to be there to cover each and every one of your teams. And also, I think again, the last circle, it was super small, and there were a lot of players. And it's just the pressure. You got to handle the pressure, because that's the whole. But they've come to this point after handling all that pressure, and I think that's what makes them all good, and they're all pros. But like you said, the underdog teams, you got to expect the unexpected. That's the most thrilling part of this whole tournament, and super excited. They were all good.
Yeah, definitely. So yes, definitely. Thanks so much, Lana, for that. And obviously, I think at this level we expect a lot from the top teams. And right now, not really delivering on all cylinders. They are definitely putting up a fight, but finding it difficult to deal with these underdog teams. But let's see. They still have quite a few more games to actually play. So they have 2 more games, and with that, we'll actually be seeing maybe a huge shift in the leaderboard. So till then, I think we'll be taking a little bit of a break until we get the next match ready. So we'll see you once the break is over, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, and stay tuned for the next game.
we are back again, I think, with the third match. That's going to be a really interesting map, the smallest map in PUBG Mobile. That's going to be Sanhok. I mean, apart from Livik and Karakin, it's definitely a Sanhok match where everyone usually plays classics. A lot of players like to jump in those hot drops, get a lot of kills. So, and it's less time consuming. So, just as that, we'll be seeing a lot of action, early action, hot drop fights, and all those actions. So, I think Dhaka and Lana will keep people excited. So, Dhaka, what do you think? Sanhok, how is it going to be?
I think it's going to be a very big hot mess, and I'm very excited for it because I mean, if anything, from the last few games we've seen that these teams, they are not afraid to take an engagement. They are not. Usually in our recent tournaments that obviously you and me have taken part in, Adil, we've seen teams just like, you know, when they fight for the entire period of the zone. Right, it's like one team, they stare at each other and you know they're like, okay, I'm going to text you first and then you text me back and then we'll decide on what happens after. But these teams, they're not like that. They want to get in, they want to get those kills, and then from there they want to either hold down that area or they want to rotate out. And just knowing that there is no team to kind of backstab them it's going to give them a lot of security. So that is definitely something we are going to be seeing a lot of in this map. So right now it's actually quite a favorable plane, to be honest, and I think anyway in general in Sanhok you can get where you want to go. But the only thing different that I think we'll be seeing in this is maybe a lot of teams won't be using as many vehicles as we have been seeing in the previous two maps, obviously, because most of the time you'll be wanting to just rotate around using your feet. So let's see how it works out. So once we get into the game, so already teams are landing in their POIs or preferred POIs. So let's see whether it's going to be another underdog team that takes the victory, or it's going to be a completely different team that kind of stomps the show in this one. Yeah. So with that, anyway. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Daga. With that, I think I can see. I mean, I'm still on for a while. I mean, I think boot camp is totally empty at this point. There's nobody in boot camp at this point. I think they're just passing out boot camp. That's not what you see in a classic match.
Yeah, definitely. I think this is going to be very interesting right now. We do see I believe it is team number 15 right there. So they were the ones who were. It's not team number 15 actually. It's a completely different team right there. Not exactly sure who they are. We do see King there. I think it's team RN actually. So they are close to that location, and very interesting play coming out from NRC. It's something that you don't usually see, and you can actually see that all four players are in 4 different locations, and seeing how they are going to execute that plan is going to be very interesting. But with that, we are going to be heading towards team hit here. So team number 10 once again, so far having an okay time throughout the matches, but they need to really get our pickup, have a really good performance in this match for sure. I think all these teams are going to be under pressure for that. The LND team as well, not doing too great. Even in the last one, they were only able to secure maybe around 2 points and then got eliminated by team number 18, who was just kind of unfortunately on their high ground on the right side. They didn't really have too much of a chance to kind of rotate or showcase any of their talents in the previous few games. But anyway, let's see whether this map is completely different. This might be their preferred map. They might have a better strategy coming into this game. So let's see how they do. So team number 17 also holding down the POI right in front of them. So let's see whether they're going to start engaging. He does have the QBZ. He has a 2-scope as well, as far as I can see. So he does have a little bit of range to work with, but not at long range for sure. He's definitely much better off at the medium range. Just going to go for that extra ammo as well. So team number 14 right now, just all these teams actually right now at the moment are just going to be looting up, getting prepped for that really chaotic end game. So let's see how they do anyway. But right now it's going to be very slow coming out from them. They're just going to try and scout out as much as possible. Obviously, while landing here, they probably spotted out the MacPen team, and the MacPen team has been doing amazing. Honestly, they haven't been able to get that coveted chicken dinner as of yet, but overall they've been playing very dominantly. They've been playing very confidently, and that is definitely going to pay off for them in the next few maps. So right now they are in a really good spot. They have gotten quite a few kills in these last 2 games, but they need to get some good placements also going on for them. And right now, to be honest, I think they can definitely showcase their talents even more. So we'll have to wait and see on whether this will be the game where they explode or whether it's going to be the next one. But with that, we're once again going to be moving on to team number 21. So the team that won the previous game with a really good position. So overall 12 kills, around 12 kills and first place as well. So the AKATSUKI team going to be feeling very confident coming into this game. A lot to prove. That already taking a look look at the NRC team. The NRC team obviously struggling throughout the first 2 games, so they are going to need to pick it up quite a lot in this second match. So this third match. So let's see. They don't have too many chances, so they definitely need to fire on all cylinders here. So with that, we do see Mad. I'm not sure whether he wants us to call him Mad or Med, but anyway, someone can correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, with that, yeah, so got confirmation it's March, so won't be making that mistake anymore. So he's going to energize himself as much as possible with the painkillers right now and just get that extra boost going for him. So let's see, they are looking to kind of pressure the NRC team. They were quite spread out and they finally come together. So I think they might be able to get a pick off here if they get the right opportunity. But Mad right now looking for the rest of his team. So looks like they do have different angles. And don't worry, at this level, these angles are very, very easy for them to convert into kills and points. So we do see Erangel once again moving forward here. So Pablo as well as Susti out in the open. He's actually going to be in the vehicle here. Gets sprayed down, and Mad once again going to easily secure that knock there. And NRC, this is not how they wanted to start up their game. And with that, waiting for Hazan as well as Amare to move to the right. And now Pablo peeking, completely exposing himself there. And Mad with an easy 2 knocks right there. And they know exactly where the rest of the 2 players are. They're going to heal up. So already pre-boosted, and with that free 2 kills right off the bat. And NRC team is not going to be too happy about that at all. And now it's going to be up to Amare as well as Hazan to kind of pick up the pieces here, and I think it's going to be an easy 2 kills secured here for the side of Akatsuki. So holding on to that momentum from that previous game, and NRC team in shambles right now. Not the best performance we've seen from them throughout these tournaments. So they are going to be feeling the pressure for sure. They do see Amara as well. Beautiful 2 headshots connecting there from intensity, but it's not enough to bring Amare down. So he's going to have a chance to recuperate and heal himself up, get himself boosted. And with that, we do see Mad already being able to cross to the other side. He's out for blood here. He knows that they can convert this to even better points right now. So with that, he should be hearing Hazan here. Moving forward, might actually decide, oh, the nade actually just bouncing off the rock in the wrong angle. And due to that, maybe Mad might actually have a chance. And once again, more nades coming in, cooking it for the longest time. And Mad, now since they know his location, he's just going to reposition there, make them use a few more of those resources and maybe try to sneak in to get these kills. But right now, Hazan as well as Amare having a really good hold on them. And with that, with the next player coming in, Amare going to peek, and Mad actually taking so much damage, but he's able to make it into cover. And with that, now Potato coming in as well to help out his teammates. Hazan moving all the way back, once again repositioning to make sure he's a difficult target. And now Hurl might actually go down to the molly, but he does not. So great stuff coming out from the side of Team 21 right now. At the moment, they're being able to advance forward quite well. And Hazan with a beautiful spray down gets one, almost gets the second, but intensity as well as Mad once again just closing out that fight very easily, very convincingly. And looks like the first team to get eliminated out of the Sanhok map is going to be the NRC team, and they are not going to be too happy about that. And now we're coming into the Urbib team once again, and they are going to be taking on their Sri Lankan counterpart. So it's going to be Team Zeus taking on Team Urbib here in a very, very intense situation. And right now, as you can see, the in-game leader Wish is going to be quite surrounded by some of these players, and team number 21, as usual, the Zeus team quite spread out. So how is the Urbib team going to be able to assist the captain here? Are they going to be able to do anything, or will they have to give up on this endeavor that they're going for? Wish right now they have the location, but with that we do see team number 14 taking on team number 17, and Aldin missing out upon an opportunity there to get a few more kills for this team. But with that, McPain going to get taken down here. Looks like 2 players do go down, and the rest of them do manage to survive. And Pasta actually making quite the stand there, almost taking down 2 on his own. But in the end, McPain is going to be eliminated here, and just as they were having that great momentum. But with that, before we can speak about that at all, even the Urbib team just pushing in, they do lose Adam. Funky gets taken out as well, but they do manage to secure 2 kills on the side of Zeus. So it's currently a 3-on-2 situation, and that is going to be definitely more favorable for the side of Urbib if they can heal up. And I don't think the side of Zeus is going to be able to rotate in to kind of finish off these kills either, or pressure them. So they're going to be able to get a free reset. As you can see, they're going to bandage up, not going to use those big meds if not necessary at all. And now they know exactly where Godzilla is, given that he had revealed his position previously. So let's see if they can secure that kill as well. I think the Zeus team should be having one more player somewhere around. But anyway, with that, the rest of the teams also now should be getting into action, to be honest. I mean, so far it's still the first zone that's closing in, so they do have a lot of time to kind of prepare. The more the zone keeps closing, the more action we're going to be seeing. But to be honest, for an early game Sanhok map, this is exactly what we expected. We've seen these teams before quite a few times, and they love to get aggressive when they get the chance, especially if they know that they are in a very, very safe location. So TM7 already on the high ground, scouting team number 23 here, looking to pressure them from the high ground. So it's going to be up to them. If they can get one knock, even then the rotation is going to be quite difficult, just because of the fact that they have to run out in the open area and use these trees as much as possible for cover. Cover is going to be a huge part of how well they're going to execute this map, obviously, and it's going to be the luck of the draw, obviously, and how the zone kind of shifts. And like Adil mentioned previously while he was here with us, there are times where the zone tends to hard shift in a direction you don't expect. But with that, we are now looking at team number 25, who have the overview on both team number 12 and team number 24, but I don't think they know right there. But with that, Wish does get taken out. As you can see, I do believe he gets taken out by Taru right here from team number 25. So are they going to commit into this fight? Because right now they don't know that the Zeus team is on the right, so they might actually be able to third party this. And right now they give away their position. As you can see, Godzilla securing the kill onto that Urbib team. So team number 24 getting a kill onto team number 20 on 12. So actually taking away the kill that team number 25 just got, or the knock that team number 25 just got. And with that, team number 15 once again already contesting. As you can see, no opportunity to breathe, and it's going to be the TTS team. So they gave a really good fight in that last Miramar map. They were with 2 players almost held off 4 players on the side of team number 15, I believe. Team number 24, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, team number 15 once again looking for an opportunity. Might have actually been able to spot Tadashi here, but doesn't get the opportunity to spot him because he got shot from the left side. And once again, they do hear the sound. He's going to get up and start to reposition. But what a beautiful nade, might actually be right on top of him. But actually, it's not even a nade, it's a smoke. So definitely a really good opportunity to take him out there. But once again, these smokes coming in quite accurately, and that time we actually do see 2 smokes coming. I mean, 2 nades coming in, 3 nades actually. And with that, Taru might get pressured here, needs to rotate once again, goes back, comes back forward, actually gets taken out to the nade. So now team number 15 got exactly what they want. They get that initial knock, which is going to be huge for them, but they need to locate where the rest of the side of team number 25 are. So once again, we do see Chaos actually going down, getting a little bit aggressive there, and with that, Cruz out in the open, trying to get that kill onto Chaos, and he does manage to get it, but trades his life in exchange. Might not be the best thing, and now Tadashi not making too much sound at all. He actually gave away his position in the end, and with that, it's going to be Babe right there securing the kill, and we are going to be seeing team number 25 getting eliminated. And now the winners of the previous map, it's going to be Akatsuki once again looking down on team number 20 and running out in the open is going to be OPMM. They had a really good run as well, but with that they do lose 1 player already, getting that free opportunity to knock them, and now they're getting pressured from every single side. They lose another player, so all things going downhill literally on this downhill for the side of OPMF. Let's see whether they're going to be able to get these kills, though. They're waiting for the rest of team number 21 to kind of rotate in. They actually lost one of their players as well. It's going to be Intensity, and they need to pick him up as soon as possible, but this might give the OPMF some time to kind of recover and reset. Right now, as you can see, just getting these reses off, and this might be the changing factor actually for the side of Akatsuki. Let's see whether they're able to do anything once again, or whether team number 20 is going to be able to pull a rabbit out of the hat right now. So right now they have an opportunity, they have the utility that they can use, so it's going to be up to team number 20 to get themselves out of this very sticky situation. So looks like Maad is going to be looking to push forward, get a little bit more pressure going, because they know that they're going to be rotating using the smoke once again. So with that, looking for angles, not finding it, we're going to be going to the side of team number 24, the Zeus team. They've already lost 2 of their players to the Urbib team. They managed to get 1 kill, and with that, looks like they're looking to pressure team number 15 actually, and I think they did manage to get another kill right there. Not 100% sure, wasn't able to catch it on the kill feed, but anyway, let's see how it progresses. But right now, team number 15 also just over the hill, and we're coming back to team number 21 here. Maad once again, he really loves to get up close and personal. He's looking for this pressure once again, but team number 21 getting a little bit overly aggressive. They lose one of their players players right there. And now it's going to be a 3-on-4 situation advantage coming to OPMF, turning the tables around on the side of Akatsuki, maybe getting a little too zealous here with their efforts in trying to take this team out. And with that, once again, running out in the open, it's going to be Potato. And luckily, he does manage to get into cover. Could have been a disaster there for the side of team number 21, but Lady Luck at the moment smiling on them. They're holding off team number 20 here. The zone will be closing in another 20 seconds. As we can see, Maad once again pressuring as much as he possibly can. And with that, I think it's going to be the rest of the OPMF team trying to give cover to Fady to move back, as you can see. And with that, we'll be looking at Mubutu69 looking on from the low ground here. Does he have an idea that Maad is on the left? He really can't move around. He just has very limited cover. Don't know if the rest of the team actually have a lot of utility to help them cover up this area to help him rotate, but he might have to take the risk here. And even if he does go down, I'm pretty sure he can get into a decent amount of cover to get revived. And team number 21, obviously they want to be very, very careful after they lost that one player of theirs. So right now OPMF playing on the low ground. Zone is coming in, but it's not too tough for them to deal with very, very early few zones, so they can actually tank it quite well if they have the resources. And I think OPMF team does have quite a few resources under their belt at the moment. But you can see team number 21, after losing intensity, have really kind of relaxed on that accelerator. They've hit the brakes a little bit and they've calmed down, they've regrouped, they've got the angles that they've wanted. But right now I do believe a flank is coming in from the side of OPMF, and this might be the game change. I wonder if they know. I think they heard Fady here, but we did see Potato checking, but he actually gets shot from a completely different team. Team number 16, the MaFiA team, is going to third party them and actually help team number 21 out, and he's going to get completely killed there by MaFiA Rocky. So unfortunate timing right there for the side of OPMF, just halting. But in the end, they had to pay the price. But in the end, team number 21 does not get the kill at least. So now it's turned into a 3-on-3 situation. And we can see the LND team fighting up against the Deno team and actually takes out Lee. So Lee does go down. He's going to be chilling back in the lobby, waiting for the last and final game right after this. But once again, coming to his team, it's not only Lee, it's even Zayan actually who gets taken out. So Ghosty and Fantastic, the last two, standing for the side of Deno. Deno also actually having quite a rough few matches here in their game. So once again, they're going to look at King. Beautiful spray coming in. No, it literally looks like he has no recoil whatsoever. But that's just the level that these players play at. And if he can get that kill, they're definitely much needed. They want to accumulate as many points as they possibly can going into these final few zones. So they do have about 40 seconds to move right now. And with that, we do see Ghosty also moving forward, has to face a few more teams. And with that, we're coming back to the OPMF fight. So looks like we do see Mubutu once again getting taken out. Not sure by whether it was team number 21 or some other complete different team. MaFiA team was pressuring them, but right now, more than the fight, they need to rotate into the circle, and once they get a decent position there, they can start to frag out. But with that, they do see another team, I think, was right in front of them, but they just go a little bit out of view. So it's going to be team number 13. So with that, they are going to be able to switch out to the Fantastic team right here. It's going to be the Deno team once again. Spread out as usual. That's exactly how we want it, especially when you're playing a duo. The more angles you can cover, the harder it is for teams to kind of get those quick 2 kills or even figure out where these players are. But with that, we do see more and more teams starting to rotate in. And with that, we do see a knock onto team number 13 as well, coming in from the Akatsuki team. They're going to secure that kill as well. And once again, guess who it is? It's going to be Maad. So Maad already with 4 kills for his team. So he's going to keep the aggression up. He's going to keep playing his game. He's going to keep his rhythm going. And that's exactly what the Akatsuki team wants. So they went huge in the last game. They want to go huge in this game as well. Consistency is definitely the key coming out for them. So with that, Maad now rotating in once again. They do finally manage to make it into the zone. They do have the rest of team number 13 right in front of them, switching to first person just to be able to quickly snap onto the head and maybe get a few headshots. Better angle, obviously, just checking in those corners again. So with that, Maad now looking onto the high ground. They do have each of their players just hitting the locations that they want, covering different angles just so they can make sure to clear their backs once this zone closes. You don't want a team sneaking up from the zone and then shooting you in the back. That is definitely not the situation you want to be in. And with that, we actually see the Urbif team getting taken out. So in the end, it's going to be TM7 Eddie getting a kill on knock on Matrix as well on the other side. So as you can see, so much action actually happening as these zones close in, and the Matrix or the Hit team actually in a very, very difficult position. And once again, TM7 yet to roll up and show us what they can do. So they are definitely looking for an opportunity to pull up some big numbers in this game number 3 in Sanhok. So that's definitely what a lot of these teams want to do. They probably play this map many times. So with that, let's see whether they'll be able to convert this knocks into kills and maybe into points as they go on. So they already putting a lot of pressure on the side of team number 10 here with the zone, but it does make it quite difficult to see. So let's see whether they can get any more knocks. But with that, now we're going to be taking a look at Team MaFiA. They do get another knock onto Mubudu, and looks like team number 16 really trying to put a nail on the coffin of the side of OPMF, but OPMF being very deceiving, and they're just trying to stay alive as much as they possibly can. And with that, we're going to be looking at MaFiA Danush as well. He has the MK14. So MK14 is a very powerful gun, either on long range or close range. If you know how to use it, it does have a little bit of a strong recoil, but end of the day, if you know what you're doing, especially at this level, you definitely need to know what you're doing. So team number 20 should be able to rotate away, because team number 16 right now, they don't want to spend too much time here. They have only not enough time actually to start rotating, and now they'll actually have to force a fight against team number 23. They do get the initial knock here, and they are going to be rushing in. They need to get this POI. They need to secure the positioning in this zone. It's going to be very key. They're coming in with the zone, as you can see, getting pressured already. The nades are going to start cooking, or as you can see, team number 18 also losing one of their players here. MaFiA Rocky once again getting a beautiful knock, and with that, Zeus is going to get a kill onto one of the players from TM7. As you can see, more nades coming in, and with that, TRQ Zan also going down here. So most of these teams actually suffering quite a few casualties and making it very difficult for them to play the end game the way they want, and not really being too prepared for these scenarios. And as you can see, the next player from TRQ trying to rotate in the open, and Danush is going to easily secure that knock, and now trying to get aggressive. They want to clear out these knocks once again. He does have the MK. Here comes the shots, but actually he's going to decide to go with the AKM instead, and with that, he does get traded out. Actually goes down to the zone, it looks like. Yes, he does, but in the end, he does manage to get that kill, and with that, team number 23 gets wiped out by team number 16. They need to get these two reses. They need to check whether it's clear. They don't want to be using smokes right here at this moment, because it's going to be much more key in the next ring when they start rotating. TM7, as you can see, beautiful tap firing coming in from the M16A4 right there, going to get a kill onto the Equinox team, but they're not going to confirm the kill at the moment. And with that, Orpheus now moving on to the high ground, trying to clear it for his team, just scout ahead. And team number 24, we can see Zeus, I think it was Doom, he's going to die to the zone. Yes, he does. So he's going to not be able to give a point away, which is actually very beneficial for them. And with that, TRQ does get eliminated. And as you can see, Eddie now getting ready once again, does have his weapons ready. He has a nice weapon for long range and close range. He's going to be ready to start pressuring this team on the low ground, which is going to be team number 18. And now we're going to be taking a look at Berserk. So OPMF does have to heal up, has to run in with the zone once again. And now the MaFiA team, they've been doing some damage. They have 6 kills. They're actually having quite a decent game here, and they need to convert it into placement points as well. Team number 22 on the left, team number 14 right ahead of them. They need to start moving with the zone. As you can see, most nades being thrown in. Team number 14, the LND team, they had a really good start. They cleared out 2 very tough teams, and with that, now they're sitting very pretty with 7 kills on the high ground. With that, the RGC Deno team finally gets eliminated, having to rotate with this zone. A lot of damage for sure. So the 6th zone just closed. We are closing in on the 7th as well. This might be the final circle, and on this 7th circle, we actually do see 15 players still alive with 4 teams remaining to contest. So TM7 right now, they don't have the kills. They need to convert this. They need to get decent positioning right now. They don't. I think 2 players do have a decent position right now. They have rotated to the zone, but they're going to leave. I believe it's going to be Orpheus as well as Kara here on the left side to kind of hold down this side of things while the teams rotate. They might actually sacrifice themselves as well. We'll see. But the MaFiA team right now in a very interesting spot. They do have a decent amount of cover to work with, and luckily team number 11 actually do lose one of their players. As you can see, it's going to be Eddie. Eddie goes down. They need to go for the revive, but as you can see, the specialty of Sanhok, the nade right on top of Takuru. What a beautiful nade. And now with that, Nabi is going to get aggressive, and now maybe on the left side he might not be paying too much attention to the rest of the players from team number 11, or maybe they don't even have an angle, but he's going to start securing these kills. Eddie goes down. Orpheus now slowly bleeding himself out, and he's probably going to die out as well very soon. soon. The rest of the team, it's going to be Kara and Heights here, just kind of trying their best to stay out of sight and stay out of focus. T14, the complete LND team now moving in. They have a complete team here. Once again, more nades, more mollies being tossed. So much pressure coming out onto the MaFiA team as well. They're stuck in the zone right now. Here comes the spray down from Ashfaq, and he's going to be able to get one right there, but he's not going to be able to conversion of the points. They do have 3 alive. They get shot from the behind. It's going to be team number 18 actually pressuring them from the low ground once again. And now Dhanush moving in. He does manage to get into the zone. He needs to heal up, get this medkit off, and LND team still have 2 more players left alive. They have the high ground, but not getting any sort of advantage out of it. As you can see, Lucif not making a sound, not moving anywhere, just trying to wait for the rest of the team to kind of revive and just get themselves back together once again. And with that, the Equinox team, they're looking out for blood. 5 kills already secured. They're looking to get on this high ground. If they can secure this high ground, it's going to be a huge benefit for them. But they're going to start slowly rotating. Just a few more seconds until this zone starts closing, and then we might actually crown a winner here for Sanhok. And the Sanhok map has gone on for quite a while, to be honest. And with that, Lucif is going to get killed. So team number 14 goes down almost immediately following that spray coming in from Senna there. And with that, they only have the last team to face off against. The trade does happen. And with that, Maon now pushing out the last player for team number 16. And I think this might be a team number 18. Winner, chicken dinner for sure. So great stuff coming out from Equinox. And they are going to be your winners for the Sanhok map. What an amazing final circle coming out from these teams. And now I get a chance to breathe.
So once again, yep, I'm back. Lana, you need to.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Hi.
So, yep, so that was a bit of a glitch, but I was literally watching that match, and Equinox, the underdogs, I mean, will they be the team that's going to come up on top today? I mean, we still have 1 more match to go, and we'll be seeing the table after the first 2 matches, right after a small break. But before that, I mean, about Sanhok, I expected a lot of early fights, Taka, where we have very less people in the final circles, but this circle was totally intense. I mean, we had almost around 30 odd people in those final zones. What do you think was the best out there? I mean, how did they survive Sanhok, literally?
To be honest, I think
Crony.
Okay, that is one way to put it, definitely.
That is definitely one accurate answer there for sure. But I think most of the teams, it's just very difficult to kind of clear out teams, as you saw. I think the only team that was able to kind of clear off a team very easily was I believe it was Akatsuki. When they ran into NRC, they easily actually kind of cleaned them out there, got a few free kills initially, and then cleaned them out completely, and that was the only clean fight. And after that, we saw so many engagements where it was like they knock 2, they get revived, then the other team gets knocked twice. So, you know, it was kind of dragged on fights, and then afterwards they just decided, okay, I don't want to fight you anymore, and they start rotating. And then that's how come, you know, we saw so many teams alive. And it's not that we didn't see early game action. We actually saw quite a bit of early game engagements coming out throughout the game itself, but it didn't make a huge difference because most teams only lost like either 1 player or 2 players at maximum, right? And in the end, when we came to the end game, there was still quite a lot of players alive, like you mentioned, Monkey.
With that, I think what I would say is we were expecting, I mean, I was expecting personally that a lot of top teams would perform at least in the 3rd match, in the 2nd match, but we saw NRC, like you told, Akatsuki, the team that was able to get the chicken dinner in Miramar. It was an amazing performance coming in from Akatsuki. So being able to wipe such a top team such as NRC, I mean, an underdog team, Akatsuki, wiping a top team like NRC is definitely something which you don't see every day. And I think NRC is right now feeling the heat because I think in the top 10 spots even, I don't think NRC will be sitting in because they had a few bad games, but they still have around, we have the last match to go, and after that I think they have 12 more matches to go with the coming days. So we'll be, I mean, how well can they do to get that comeback? I mean, they need a lot of chicken dinners, and I think at this point I would say Lana is pretty much disappointed that NRC is not performing. I mean, I was getting some pings from Lana maybe.
Listen, I'm not going to favor any team, but they could have performed better, in my personal opinion. And I think their positioning and it just got messed up. Maybe it's just the frustration and the pressure. Everything contributes when it comes to a tournament like this, but we'll see. We got more to go. So good luck, boys.
Yep. So
Yeah,
we
and
have one more match to go. Yep. Daga.
yes. So one more thing I wanted to mention actually. So in the case of decision making, right? So the NRC team, to be honest, there wasn't much they could have done in that situation because they were looking to rotate, right? And as soon as the Akatsuki team saw that Hazan and Amare had rotated to the right side, they knew that the first two kills were going to be free. So right there, you need to make a tough decision whether you want to stay and fight or you want to rotate and try to get kills in the late game. So I mean, I think that would have been a much better option for them given that the situation they are in currently. But they wanted to stay and fight, try to make that big 2 versus 4 play. It didn't work out. It was a risk they took that didn't pay dividends. But I think right now they're going to be quite frustrated with how their performances goes. But I want to mention one thing, and that is how incredibly I don't want to say lucky because I feel like I use lucky too much, but let's say how very, very interesting the situations that the team OPMF was in, and they were able to get out of those situations multiple times. And I feel like we might see something big from them coming in the next game because I feel like Lady Luck is actually smiling on them.
Pretty much, definitely. I mean, I did not even expect that they would perform in that level. So let's see. We have one more match for the night to end, and definitely it's getting interesting by the night. But what we saw from all three matches, Dhaka was the chicken dinner teams. All three teams was a Maldivian team. So definitely our Sri Lankan teams will have to step up their game because Maldivians are dominating right now. I'm just going to put it there right in your faces, everyone. All those Lankan teams out there, because you all need a chicken dinner at least for the night, at least to make a few fellow Sri Lankans happy right now who is watching the stream. So let's see if you all are able to perform in the upcoming Erangel match. So as we speak, I think the lobby is getting ready for the fourth match. So let's just quickly go for a quick break and come back. I think we'll be able to see the points table after the first two matches on how the teams are standing so far. So with that, we'll be back after a small break. Stay tuned, guys.
Switch to the best internet experience in Maldives. Because it's not fun when your internet's slow. Have less buffering, more fun.
All right, so welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the South Asia Wildcard Pro League. So right now we're just taking a look at the standings after 2 games. So the third game has not been calculated yet. Obviously, you'll be able to see the total overall points once we get to the end of this already exciting journey for the initial day 1 matches. So with that, taking a look at it, it's going to be moving into the game actually. So before we take a look at the standings, we didn't get a chance, but we can get into the game. I think you guys obviously want more of the action rather than me talking about the current standings and how the points are set up. So obviously we can get into that once this game is over. So today, this is going to be the final last game of the day, and a lot of teams are definitely under pressure to get into that top few standings, the top 5, and then obviously we're looking at the highest damage, highest skills, and obviously the overall team that leads this group or Group A versus Group B. So with that, we'll be moving into, once again, as Miracle mentioned, or Monkey, I call him Miracle because he used to be known as Miracle as well. So he'll be basically at the moment just helping with the rest of the standings, but with that we'll be getting into the final game, which is going to be Erangel once again, or Erangel. It depends on how we want to pronounce it. I think everyone pronounces it differently, so whatever floats your boat, obviously. So anyway, with that, we'll be taking a look, and teams already jumping out quite early. It's an okay flight path, to be honest. It's almost in a separate way, dead center, so you can obviously get to the locations that you want to go. We'll probably see the BIP team heading towards apartments or school. We'll probably see the Deno team and Makpen are obviously facing off at Rozok, and the LNT team might be looking to join them as well, maybe. But last time we saw them actually land a little bit outside, grab a vehicle, and then rotate towards George Pool. But with that, we actually do see the MaFiA team. We do see team number 25, Team XC. They are also moving towards the left side corner, and with them is going to be RC team. Only one team in military base, so they are going to be getting quite a lot of loot in this area, obviously, and they're going to be geared and kitted quite well. And already the zone forming, we can see exactly where it's going to be pulling to. It's going to be the top right of Erangel, and with that, they are going to be using obviously that very, very difficult to scale mountain to kind of position themselves in very, very strong positions. But with that, we do see team number 23 once again just on the outskirts here, and obviously when you're playing in Erangel, one thing of course is you don't want to be crossing the bridges at the wrong time. But coming back to the Deno team, once again just facing up against Makpen, so they're out for revenge. So last time we saw Deno, the team Deno actually losing out and team Makpen coming out on top, but this time I think it's going to be the complete opposite, or maybe has a chance of being the complete opposite. Never count a team out until the last man dies, and with that they secure 1 kill already from the side of Makpen, and they're not going to be too pleased with that. But team 22 Deno is going to be very, very happy. So finally getting a little bit of revenge after suffering quite a bit in those last 3 games for sure. But let's see if they can make a change in this. This might be the momentum shift that they were looking for, and with that, oh, that's definitely what you love to see. I mean, anywhere where you go to loot and you find an M4, you're going to be super, super happy. So anyway, with that, we'll be taking a look at Ghosty right now. The rest of the team also on that right side with the rest of the Makpen players. There's actually one player right behind them, so they're going to be looking to close this team out and just basically send them back. They actually do have a decent positioning in terms of how they place in the overall placements after 2 games, so putting a stop to the momentum coming in from Makpen is going to be very, very satisfying for the side of team number 22, which is team Deno. And they need to be very careful. As you can see, Zion just making sure that he doesn't overexpose himself, knowing that there is one player from Makpen hanging back at the moment. And with that, once again, fantastic holding that angle. We saw this is like a replay of game number 1 right now, so let's see whether they can change the script or whether they can basically start writing their own stories at this point. So right now Zion once again looking for an opportunity. The nade does come in, almost connecting onto the player from Makpen there, but once again you can see the fear on the side of Zion. He's actually going to jump out there. That was definitely not the play I was expecting coming out from him, and that is definitely a huge error. But we do see Fantastic coming in with the shotgun, going to convert 1 point. Oh, what a beautiful headshot. He gets both the kills. Revenge is the sweetest tasting victory right there. They still have one more player to take out, but with that, Zion, you are one lucky player right there. Not the play. That was definitely not the play, but in the end, Fantastic just pulling out all the stops with the beautiful shotgun play coming out. And mind you, he only had 2 bullets left. If he had missed any of those shots, it would have spelled disaster. So really performing in that under pressure situation, and the Deno team is going to be ecstatic about that performance coming out from Fantastic, and they just need to get one more to eliminate Mukpen here from team number 17 and send them back to the cool down seat here at the lobby. But right now we'll be moving on to team number 11, which is going to be TM7. So they had a good showcasing in the Sanhok map, and they definitely want to be showing off their McLarens once again, and also their skills in this final game of this initial day. So right now team number 10 is in the vicinity. They might actually be on the high ground, and with that Orpheus does manage to spot him going to pre-cook the nade already. As you can see, might be able to get the knock on Punisher. Punisher actually going aggressive here. The nade is just too far, and Orpheus is going to go down for free. Was not expecting them to rush him that fast, and well, maybe he should have. And in the end, they're going to be losing one of their players right there on the side of TM7. So far, complete fortune not smiling their way today, to be honest. And with that, they need to start regrouping and maybe start getting some return kills as well. That's not the start they wanted, obviously. The rest of the team rotating in right now. So only, I think Eddie is the only player right now who has rotated in. He does have the M16 A4. He's very good with that one tap, as you can see. Very, very quick, but only connecting with a few bullets there onto Matrix, and Matrix is going to be able to get into cover. And with that, they have an idea of exactly where Eddie is, and they might be able to position themselves accordingly, waiting for team number 11 to approach. But actually, to be honest, they can always rotate out if they want to, but it's the first zone just coming into conclusion right here, and so far we only have not even a single team that has gotten eliminated, to be honest, but players have gotten eliminated quite a bit. So team number 10 now very comfortably sitting on the high ground here. They have control of that area. I don't think we will see team number 11 going into contest. We'll probably see Eddie just rotate towards his team, or even try to look for a different angle, or just completely rotate out in general. So he needs to make the rotation there to the rest of his team. And with that, Fantastic getting that final kill onto Momo, and Mukpen is going to get eliminated, and that completes the cycle. And definitely going to be very thrilled about that is going to be the Deno team for sure, and they're going to be carrying that momentum quite well into the rest of this game for sure. So once again, we're taking a look at Eddie. Eddie's still making the rotation to his team, hoping that the team number 10, I don't think they'll be rotating anytime soon, so he knows that he's a bit safe for the moment. Going to pop a little bit of boost right there just to make sure he heals up the rest of his health. Was it? I think it was a painkiller. Something was happening. I think he was fueling the vehicle, actually. Sorry, my bad. Wasn't paying too much attention. But anyway, with that, the rest of the team already rotating, as you can see. Probably the best call they can make at this point. No need to force themselves into a 3 versus 4 engagement when team number 10 has that location on lockdown. Would be a really bad decision if they did want to take it. So with that, we're going to be taking a look at team RN right now. They've been quite silent throughout the few matches. We've seen some peak shots coming out from them, but with that, they actually run into team number 14 here, and team number 14 is completely going to bypass team number 13 as they rotate in, not really having any opportunity right there to kind of engage. Actually, they're going to look to maybe take this fight. They do have the high ground here. Are they going to commit to this engagement? But doesn't look like it. The call might be made here, so we do see him getting taken out. But in the meantime, Gucci actually gets knocked out here by, I think, one of the players from LND here. So LND on the low ground, already showing some strong dominance coming out from them. King looking for an angle. We actually do see them coming in the buggy, and this might be exactly what Podda wanted. So Podda now looking on from the left side, and Dila needs to be very careful. The rest of the team actually getting down, and no shots being fired at Dila at the moment right now, and they are going to just revive, and they're going to start rotating. They see team number 14 coming for them, and they don't want any part of it. Suddenly just taking all these buildings into these locations and just trying to get into cover as much as possible. Team number 14 coming out for some blood right there, and King might be in a little bit of trouble here. He's almost shot down here by Dila, but once again has to take a step back, does get the cover, gets in the buggy, starts pushing forward. The rest of team number 14, actually team number 13 with a huge flank. We do see it on the map here, so he might actually get shot from behind. Dila has no idea that there is a player right behind him, and with that, so the rest of the teams are just going to get into position as best as they possibly can, and with that we might see an engagement coming in. And once again, the Deno team feeling high, riding that excitement. Fantastic with 3 kills under his belt, and once again coming back to the team number 13 fight here between team number 13 and team number 14. So LND up against team RN once again. So let's see whether they're able to convert. So King here moving forward, no sound made. King does go down. I mean, on the other side, we do see Jay going down and Gucci almost going down. Podda needs to make the play right here, and as you can see, making the spray with the Bison, but not really connecting. The opportunity has definitely passed, and now Podda in a really weird spot. And Team number 14 now coming in from every single angle. I think this is a really bad spot for King to be in. I mean, Gucci to be in, and Gucci is trying his best, but he does not have to cover to work with. But once again, that Uzi really making the most of his firing power, as you can see. And Gucci now once again trying to reposition, needs to try and get a heal up, but I don't think he'll get the chance to. Needs to go in, maybe try to go to get the revive. That's what he's going for. No, he's actually popping the med kit. He wants to heal, fix his health. And Team number 14 now still having a little bit of pressure, going in for the revives right now, trying to make this situation a lot better for them. So LND on the cusp of winning this team fight, but will they be able to close it out is the question. And Podda still quite far away from the rest of his team. So if they can get these 2 kills, actually Samita might actually get taken down here as he exposes himself. Yes, he does. So Podda finally getting that flank that he wanted to, and more nades coming in, might almost connect, but Aladdin not going to be able to finish those 2 kills out. Now Podda on the high ground, precise spray coming in from team number 14 here on the side of Aladdin, but it's not going to be good enough. More nades coming in onto the side of Aladdin. He's going to have to fix his health, and that is exactly what he's going to do. And once again, Dila now looking off from the left, trying to see if they can spot out Podda. The rest of the 2 players, they probably have an idea where they are, but with that, we do see Jay moving out, I think, using the smokes as cover, but they can't really make an aggressive play due to the situation that they have with Podda putting on pressure. But Jay does get taken out, as we can see, while rotating, and with that, they have one more player to deal with here on the side of team number 13, the RN team. But as you can see, Podda not giving up, trying to put as much pressure as he possibly can from this high ground to stop the advances coming in from the side of team number 14. So right now, as you can see, they're trying to take shots. They do connect. They remove his helmet. Actually, he basically flies off his head right there, and he's going to have to fix his health. And now he needs to be careful, because even one bullet from a 7-point gun can take him out almost completely. So now Gucci once again, he showcased his magic last time. Can he do it once again? It's a 1 versus 3 situation. He does have support from Podda. He needs to play that angle, so at least Podda has a line of sight to fire at the side of team number 14. But team number 14, LND team, they are feeling very confident. They are taking the high ground. They're looking for Gucci, but Gucci is not making any sound whatsoever, looking for that element of surprise right there. So Samita might have a chance, but Podda, I don't think he'll be risking the peak right here, to be honest, because he'll get taken out almost immediately. And you can see the spray control coming out, even using an M7, switching, quick scope switch, and as we mentioned, 7-point gun, headshot, goodbye. So with that, one more player left on the side of team number 13, RN team, and they are going to get cleaned out quite easily by the LND team. And that is exactly what we wanted, the complete team fight, and team LND with 4 points on the board. And with that, we'll be moving on into team number 18, Equinox team, the last team that won the Sanhok map. So they'll be looking to perform quite big in this one as well. So they have the momentum on their side. The NRC team, we did see one player did get knocked. Even the NRC team, like we mentioned, quite a high level team, but right now struggling in these last few matches. They need a big game in this one to keep their hopes alive. And as you can see, 2 teams currently are eliminated from this final match. So it's going to be the side of RN as well as Makpen. So Makpen actually had a very good run up to this point, and this match did not really pay too much dividends for them, courtesy of some amazing plays coming out from Fantastic, to be honest. And he is literally doing a lot of work for the side of Deno. So we'll be looking forward to his performances coming out into these final few circles. But let's see whether they can actually pull it off or not. Obviously, a lot of situations they'll have to face, given, I mean, a lot of different situations they'll have to face given the circumstances, with 53 teams still alive, 53 players still alive, and 14 teams still alive. So with that, Amare has the high ground, looking at team number 18, the Equinox team, once again looking to go big. Equinox team, we know they have a really good chance of getting to the top 3 after that final performance in Sanhok. And once again, we see this time it's going to be team 15 TTS team going up against the Zeus team. The Zeus team also having very, very mediocre performances as of right now. They have managed to secure a few kills here and there, but nothing too noteworthy. So with that, TTS right now looking to get any sort of knocks, any sort of kills if they do get the opportunity. So this is just a little bit outside of school, if I'm not mistaken. I believe this is the area we're looking at. I'm not sure because there are multiple buildings like this. But anyway, with that, they're taking a look at Zeus at the moment. Actually, no, this is not even near apartments at all. They've actually moved quite a ways in. This is almost towards Yasna. So they'll be holding down this angle, holding down these buildings for the moment. So let's see whether they'll be able to convert anything into points. But right now, things are quite quiet. And with that, we'll be looking at Ghosty once again. So going into Team Deno once again. So they are looking to pressure a few teams as well. But looks like they're actually going to take the watchtower once again just outside of Yasna. And that is going to be, looks like there is a player on the high ground. He is going to burn to death. And with that, even we do see Zayan actually burning out a little bit as well. But they do manage to get that kill. So securing another point for them. Not exactly sure who they managed to get taken out there. I believe it was one player from team number 10, given the color of the player. So yes, it was getting confirmation. It was one player from team number 10. So once again, we are going to be looking at Fantastic. This time he has switched out his shotgun for another headshot machine, which is going to be the M24. So let's see whether he's going to be able to connect with some beautiful headshots and showcase his sniping skills to us. So you can see he's very comfortable with it, cleaning out almost a lot of angles actually very quickly, and you can see that he's very precise with his movements as well, and that definitely comes with a lot of experience. So it doesn't come easily. You need to really grind to get to this level, and that is exactly what we're going to be seeing. So taking a look at team number 14 LND, also in a very good position, having 4 kills. So looking at their side, I think they saw the vehicles rotating to that side, and that's exactly why he is looking in that direction. And Lucif going into the high ground once again. We do see the NRC team getting pressured once again. They do have a knock on their side. So I believe it is team number 12, the Urbif team on the high ground, really pressuring them at the moment. So looks like Amare is going to be the player that gets knocked but immediately gets revived. So he's going to be very happy that they didn't lose their life there, and he's going to heal up and reset. And once again, we do see Pablo taking a look with the M24. So we do see more showcases of the snipers this time. But all right, so with that, I do believe we have Monkey joining us once again. So far, looking at the action, Monkey, what do you think is happening?
I was there. Yep, I saw. I think in Rozok where MacPen got taken down this time. So it was 1-for-1 right now. So still they'll be competing. I think in the upcoming matches also we'll be seeing MacPen versus Deno, the usual fight, competing for Rozok. And right now we can see I think 2 teams only being taken down. That's going to be I think MacPen and the other team. I'm not exactly sure. I think it was Hitmad, if I'm not wrong, who was taken down. But with that we can see I think like you told, Equinox, they are probably trying to tabletop right now. The first underdog teams of Maldives able to top the table in such an amazing day that we had some amazing matches, amazing night. But like I told, the first 3 matches going in the way of the Maldivian teams. Will we be seeing a Sri Lankan team, or will we be seeing a Sri Lankan team come into the top? And look at the position of Akatsuki right now. As we can see in the map, we can see Akatsuki is holding a really good compound. I think a compound, or the compound on that top mountain where they can see the rest of the world so easily. With that, I think NRC is the team that needs a really good game right now, comparing to the table after 2 matches. So with that, what do you think, Daka? How do you think this match is going to be played out? It might be a complete open zone.
It's a very high chance that it's going to be a completely open zone. So teams that can kind of sneak in their vehicles to create cover is going to be very beneficial. But right now, looking at the circle, if it pulls towards Akatsuki, I think that's the only area with at least a little bit of decent cover. And if it does pull towards them, I feel like Akatsuki might have a huge game when it comes to the late game, because as you can see, it's already the 4th zone and there is still 14 teams. So we've only lost 2 teams as of right now. So it's going to be very hectic, and it's going to be very dangerous. And I think it'll come down to a little bit of favor on the side of Akatsuki. If not, we might actually see a very open battle like last time, because even last time the zone for Erangel was quite open, and there was just a hill that was used as cover. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of endgame we're going to end up with. And with that, we do see a knock happening. Couldn't quite catch exactly where the action was going, but we'll probably see it very soon. But right now, what do you think about the situation that all these teams are in?
Yep, sorry, I got distracted a bit. But yeah, we can see over here, I think Team Deno, who's holding those new ridges that came in Erangel. I think after the recent update, I think we had this nice little ridges over here towards Yasnaya Polyana. So let's see how well can they utilize it as Urbu, and as well as the rest of the teams are holding that place. And we can see over here team number 21 Akatsuki already having one chicken tin under their name. Mad, I think, has a really good angle over here on towards team. Deno goes off with a spray, but he gets knocked out. What a reaction coming in. Definitely that DP 28 doing the damage. Ghosty, beautiful knock coming in from him with a DP 28. So the best thing that you could see in Erangel is the DP 28, if I'm not wrong, Daka.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's one of those guns that has very high damage, and obviously has a lot of bullets to work with, so you can spray longer, and obviously almost to nothing recoil, especially in the hands of these players. And it's something that we even see not just in the international scene, but even in the local scene. It's a gun you don't see too often in other maps, obviously due to its special properties that everyone probably knows about. But in the end, it's definitely something you want to pick up. At least one player should be playing this, because it's really good for dealing with a lot of these vehicles as well, because 7-point guns just do so much damage. But anyway, let's see how they kind of work it out. But we're going into the action once again. We're going to be taking a look at TRQ. So going in against team number 14. As you can see, LND did have a really good start, but right now they seem to be struggling. Does get killed, and I do believe that is going to be the third team that gets eliminated after such a good fight coming out from team LND. In the end, they're going to be sandwiched between almost two teams, and they're going to get taken out there by TRQ. So great rush coming in from them to secure those points. And once again, the Akatsuki team was able to recover, and this might give them another chance to just get up on those angles and just try to get as many kills as they possibly can. Two players are playing back in the compounds just to make sure to cover the other two players in the back, and with that we do see TM7 now getting a little bit of revenge, because the Office, I believe, did go down to the team number 10 actually. So this is not revenge, but they are just putting a lot of pressure on the NRC team, and the NRC team has not been having a very good day as of right now. I mean, right now all the games they played has been very mediocre, and they really need to pull a rabbit out of the hat in this scenario if they want to get some points on the board. But what do you think overall so far in terms of overall performance coming out from the teams, Monkey?
Yeah, in this case, I think in terms of NRC, like you told, we did not expect that they would perform in this way in day one. I mean, they are lacking a lot of things, but right now I think they are pretty much testing out as much as teams as possible. With that, we can see a few knocks coming in from the way of Xtreme Club. Cruz getting knocked over here, but Tadashi having that beauty gun Groza, which is really good for that close range. But let's see how well can he do against these teams. And with that, we can see, I think NRC picking up that pace. I can see a few knocks coming in through the kill feed. From those knocks, I think Pablo with a beautiful Tadashi also getting knocked out. That's not what you see. Two players knocked over here. Hellcut and Tadashi both going down. So Taru, that nade from RGC AKATSUKI. What a nade to take down the entire team. And there goes Xtreme Club. And EQUINOX also getting decimated just like that. So I think the table toppers, I mean, who was able to get the chicken in the last match, Samara that hits the lobby with that final circle. Look at that circle favoring NRC right now. I mean, if you could see the circle right now, it's going to be a pretty amazing thing. And looking at NRC, look at the way they are pushing themselves, Daka.
This is the situation they wanted to get themselves in. So this is where we know that they shine. So let's see whether they can finally show us what they're made of. But right now, they still have 3 teams right behind them. There's still 21 left alive. We just saw almost 5 teams getting wiped out simultaneously in this one zone. So with that, we do see Mimra with a beautiful angle on MaFiA, but only being able to get one knock there. And usually in those moments, you get a little bit excited. No matter how experienced you are, it's very difficult to keep yourself calm during those situations. It's a good opportunity to knock 2 in a row, but with that we do see Zan running all the way to make sure that they get the revive, because the knocks are going to be very valuable. And with that, the rest of the teams now trying to rotate in. Obviously we only have 4 teams at the moment in the zone, so NRC having a chance to get rid of 3 teams if the opportunity presents them. But we'll see how the rotations go, because even TRQ right now can put a lot of damage onto the side of NRC if they don't get pressured too much by the side of MaFiA. But as you can see, MaFiA not giving them any room whatsoever, because if they don't clear out this team, they're going to have a very difficult time rotating into the zone. But they actually did make it in, and we can see the rest of the teams already taking a huge risk to try and come in. And Susti is going to be able to get the Deno team, and I think the Deno team gets eliminated almost immediately while trying to rotate. And now even the rest of the teams, team number 19 also just now, right now, holding the high ground. I mean, holding that location at the moment. And with that, the Akatsuki team still alive. They have a decent position. Look at that barricade that they've made with all those vehicles. And with that, Pablo, how is he going to play this? He doesn't know where the rest of the teams are. We can see the smokes coming down. Nate's being throwing his way. The Akatsuki team not letting them breathe for even a second, trying to take their spot right here. And with that, once again, looks like the zone has sprung the way of all the other teams, to be honest. Even team number 19 getting that. Akatsuki team getting quite unlucky. The Urbif team is going to finish in 6th place. As you can see, they do get eliminated with only 2 kills. And with that, MaFiA Rocky does manage to bring down Mimra once again with a nade this time. So action happening almost every single area. And with that, they need to target the Akatsuki team. Will they be able to? They need to rotate in with the next zone. Just a few more seconds to play, and Pablo is definitely going to stay behind to try and get as many kills as he can. And with that, Mad once again just going to start firing and try to pressure in the teams that are behind them. But is he going to be able to convert them into kills? They need to clear paths for them to rotate into the zone. They're going to be using the prone technique to move in. The MaFiA team also holding the left side quite strongly, and with that, I think the TRQ team does get eliminated as well by the MaFiA team. And now team number 19, NRC team, holding a very strong position, but now they need to move in with the zone, now trying to pressure as much as they possibly can. And with that, trying to run into the smoke. He does have the Groza, extremely powerful weapon, going to be running into team number 16, does get shot through the smoke though. And with that, will he be able to make it in? He has to run quite out in the open. No, he gets taken out by Susti. Susti right in the open here, and looks like Hassan is going to be able to convert that point into another kill. And Akatsuki team is going to be finished in the top 4 here. And now in the top 3 situation, finally, it's going to be Team MaFiA, Team NRC, and looks like Team TNZ. Heights now holding his own alone against the world right now. It's a 1 versus 8 situation for him, but can he hold out long enough to face off against the rest of these teams? He needs these 2 teams to fight so he can get that third party opportunity, but I don't think they're going to make it that easy. And with that, the NRC team and the MaFiA team face to face. So 2 Sri Lankan teams right now facing off in the top 3 position, and this might be the game that NRC were looking for to turn the tables around. So they're finally showing us their talents and their abilities. So let's see whether they can close it out strongly, or whether Team MaFiA right now with 7 kills overall, if they can get that chicken dinner, they'll be sitting very pretty on the top of the tables, hopefully within the top 5. But right now, zone closing in, no time to breathe. And with that, we do see 1 knock going onto the side of NRC, and with that, they do get the final kill onto Mad there. I mean, the kill feed actually getting a little bit late, to be honest. And with that, they do finally get that last kill onto the side of team number 11. And look at the wall of smokes right here. And Susi going to be waiting patiently for Dhanush to start moving. And this is not the typical way you see fights. And with that, we do see Susi going down. The trade coming in. Rocky goes down. Hasan out in the open. He gets taken out. And Team MaFiA are going to secure their chicken dinner right there with, I think, about 10 kills and the chicken dinner. So great stuff coming out from them. So overall, I think that was definitely a favorable outcome for both those teams.
We could see nope. So with that, I think we could see an amazing play coming in from that Sri Lankan team. That's going to be MaFiA again, who was able to yet again another team who was able to qualify into the international stage. So they actually showed how well they have done their homework to come into getting that chicken dinner. So with that, I think while you were so hyped up in the casting, we were able to see after the 3 matches. Over here we have in our screen right now. This is after 2 matches. Day 1, which we were not able to totally qualify to the team. So we have RGC AKATSUKI, who's holding that first spot with 42 total points and 23 kill points, and 19 placement points with 1 chicken dinner. So I think 4 different teams have 4 different chicken dinners right now, Dhaka. So I think at this point, even NRC and MaFiA gang would have had a boost in that points level. What do you think?
What may change, as you can see, especially in the lower levels where the teams have very little points, so anything can change once you have a really big game. But anyway, I think there will be 100% changes to this first, second and third, but I think Akatsuki might be holding that number 1 spot, to be honest. I think they performed consistently throughout almost every single game. and obviously they did really they didn't do super great in the Sanhok map, but they definitely got a lot of kills and they got a decent positioning. We saw them contesting team number 20, which is OPMF. So they basically the top two at that point were going face to face, and they did have the 4 kills that they got onto the side of NRC very early into that Sanhok game. So it's very difficult to say, but I think right now it's anyone's game, and I think the table can change quite easily, given that you get so many points from securing a chicken dinner. And obviously teams, when they get to that end game and when they win, they at least have a minimum of 7 to 8 kills under their belt. So I think it's going to change for sure, because there's 2 games yet to be added, and it's going to be exciting to see who's going to be the top 3 in this group.
I think with that we were able to see I think MaFiA gang getting that chicken dinner. So that's going to be a Sri Lanka team taking away that chicken dinner. I mean, I think I jinxed it for the Maldivian teams. I mean, probably the Sri Lanka teams literally got pissed off. Here's your chicken monkey, which you think we can't get. So that was a shot at my face, just like that. So definitely every game teams are adapting and learning about each other. So group A and B was definitely exciting for the night. We saw 4 massive games coming in, and then we'll be back again. I think on 21st we have the C versus D, a whole new set of teams, 16 teams, where I would say even in those teams there are some pro teams as well as underdog teams, which we'll be seeing. Definitely going to be exciting with you, Dhaka. So I think we'll be ending here for the night because we'll be having to calculate the points table. I think there's a minor delay which wouldn't be there in the upcoming days. So let's definitely, I think you enjoyed it, Dhaka, the first time being at an international league like this.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, definitely an honor, obviously, to get this opportunity, and I definitely really enjoyed it. The games were spectacular to watch, and I think the skill level is not something you get to see every day, and it's actually a great learning experience for me as well. Not only just as a caster, but even as a player of the game. There's so much you can learn from this, and just the importance of utility and how you prioritize in terms of tournament game, and just the sheer confidence from every single team, not just one team. Every single team has so much confidence, and I love this replay, by the way. I don't know what the hell he was doing here, but it's just like a falling brick. You throw a brick in there, it's 100% going to fall onto the ground, and that's exactly what he saw. But fantastic, amazing stuff coming out from him. I think he had a really good game number 4 there. But anyway, as I was saying, I love the confidence coming out from these teams. They are not afraid to get in your face. If you give them an opportunity to knock you, they will take it. And just the execution, the game sense, the attention to detail, the inches that they are fighting for. I mean, it was an amazing experience, and I'm looking forward to more for sure.
And with that, we'll be saying goodbye to everyone for the night. And don't worry, we have so many more exciting matches to go. And the teams that are below, surely they know that they must have underestimated the teams. They need a lot of catching up to do, a lot of points they need. So they need to survive in this top 16. Right now, we have only 16 teams over here, but there are 32 teams. The rest 16 teams will be playing on 21st. And then we'll be having an overall of 32 teams in the overall standings, where the top 16 will be moving into the grand finals. But as we can see over here, I think SDZ TRQ, Hitmad, L&D Esports, KINGxRANGERS, RGC NRC E2S TM7, MaFiA gang. I think MaFiA gang and NRC did pretty much good, but the rest of the teams, I think they have a lot of catching up to do, which they will. I mean, still there is 12 matches to go, Dhaka. So definitely you will be there and I'll be there. We'll be keeping the viewers excited and entertained. So thank you so much everyone for joining today for South Asia Wildcard Pro League Season 1, Day 1. We'll be showcasing the Day 2 on 21st. So don't forget to tune in to E2S Gaming and also subscribe to E2S Gaming, and stay tuned for more exciting matches coming in from these pro teams as well as these underdog teams. And like I said, we'll be seeing more of this action. I mean, these teams will be performing international level to represent their country. So this is the total domination that they will be giving in the upcoming PMCO Fall Split 2021, which will be coming up soon. So thank you so much everyone, and good night.
Switch to the best internet experience in Maldives. Because it's not fun when your internet's slow. Have less buffering, more fun.